Hello and welcome to the Friday Night Social with me, Graham Hughes. I'm joined by Mike Dix and by Scott Williams. How you doing, Scott? How you doing, Mike?
Oh, good. Well, I'm not good, but I'm
No.
glad to be here.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're good to be here. No, I'm glad you're good. I'm
Good. I'm good. You're glad
I'm
yeah.
good. You're glad that you're here. Yes, excellent. Right, Ivan. Oh shit, Ivan, you just scared Scott away. Why'd you do that, mate? Where's Scott gone? Come back, Scott. Well, Scott just legs it. Shit. He's left something in the. He's left something in the oven. Ivan, thank you very much for the £10 super chat. Woo! Due to my fragile mental health, I usually still clear of stuff on the orange one. However, what the fuck? He's now had a go at Starmer. Hardly ideal, as Starmer is going to America next week. Yes, well, we'll be getting into that shortly, Ivan. But yeah, I love the t-shirt, Scott. Can Scott even hear me? Can he even hear me? I don't think he can.
Just about. I think he's setting up hearing.
He's got this great kind of like Mortal Kombat stroke gay funniness top on.
Do you want me to take it off and change? I didn't think of that.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Right.
It's fine. Hi, Mom.
Is it? You can't even say Mortal Kombat these days without getting cancelled.
I know. Everyone's just trying to cancel you all the time. So if you don't want to get cancelled, you want to join us in the chat, you want to join these beautiful socialites in the chat, all you need to do is subscribe to the channel and wait for about a minute, and then you'll be allowed to join the chat. But don't be offensive. Don't be a troll. Don't objectify people, or we will mute you and boot you. And then you just have to be able to watch without actually being able to, have any say in the matter. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Some people are into that.
I know. Some people just like to watch in the wardrobe dressed as Superman.
Very much a cock.
Each their own.
Sounds like you're speaking from experience. Right?
So anyway, just to start off, like this has just been another mad week, hasn't it? Like my head's in a bit of a spin about where we all are at the moment. It's like, was it this week that the plane crashed? Was it this week that this happened? Was it this week that Elon Musk said something stupid? Was it this week that there was a chainsaw guy? They were reenacting the chain.
It's a guarantee that it was
Texas
this week.
Chainsaw Massacre. My God.
It's a guarantee that this week Elon Musk said something fucking stupid.
That's
a guarantee. We could just pre-record that and play it out every week.
We could. But yeah, it's a crazy place to be. But this week was the week when Trump really doubled down on his adoration of Putin. So, Scott, as a gay man, can you tell me what this is all about?
Well, basically, finish him means.
Yes.
Do you want to see the rest of the T-shirt?
I can see what it is, mate. I can see it.
We can guess. We can guess.
He's so proud.
Yeah. I love this.
Like a little kid showing the picture they've just done. Look at me picture.
It's naughty. As a gay man, what? No, seriously, what's the question?
Oh, I was being facetious. I was saying, as a gay man, what's the whole deal going down with Putin and Trump?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I think it's something more. I think it's something more than just your average fash loving.
I mean, if we're going to be really honest about it, he's always been Putin's butt boy, and this is nothing new. This is absolutely nothing new. We forget that in the first term there was a lot of Russian shit going on.
Yeah,
America seems to have completely forgotten that.
Yes,
the whole Comey investigation, the impeachment papers, everything. They've just forgotten the whole Russia hoax.
Amnesia.
Yeah, it's like, well, wait a minute. Putin has been in the background this whole time, and he's been waiting for Trump to get back into office, if not helped him do so. I mean, that's I don't have any proof on that, but it wouldn't surprise me. And I think
there's no proof for it, but it's a scientific fact. It really is.
Yeah, so. It's unfortunate because everything that's been said this week and that he's done, none of it comes as a surprise to me.
No.
I knew this was all coming because he was going to side with Russia in the first place. He was always going to capitulate, and he hasn't done it yet. But I honestly believe he will. I think he will say to Russia, "You can have this, Like it's just his land to give to somebody. Like, oh, this whole country will, because I'm America, I can give you this little bit here, and I hope you're happy with that.
That's how he sees it, I think.
Yeah,
it's insane. It's a completely insane thing. But then, so is the idea of taking over Greenland. So is the idea that Canada is going to become the 51st state. All that is.
Yeah, but it comes to
crazy.
I did a cartoon this week. I think it was this week, which is based on a Gilray cartoon from the 1700s, which is about Britain and France carving up the world between themselves. It's called The Plum Pudding. It's quite a famous cartoon. So nothing's really changed apart from the actors,
Right.
But I think we've gone back to, which we've not been used to in our lives, a political position where you've got these superpowers, and the quiet superpower in all of this is China, which is Trump's real enemy. That's why he's friending up with Russia on this. Yeah. And the idea, I think, is just to demonstrate that it's okay to take another smaller country, bully a smaller country into becoming subservient to you, or just take it over. And I'll carve up this bit of the world for me, and America will have Canada and Mexico and Greenland and whatever. And Russia, you can have the bit China lets you have. China, you can have Taiwan, and India will all decide who's going to fight India for whatever they've got, basically. And it's just because I think that's where we're heading politics-wise. What they've fundamentally done this week, and I think next week we're going to see it even clearer, is destroy the power of the European Union, such as it was, to have any say in all of this. That's Trump's next game, because that's what Putin wants. He wants Europe out of this game completely, so he can carve up the bits of Europe he wants.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think Putin's giving a message to Trump saying, if you invade Greenland, we won't do anything about it.
Of course, well, they wouldn't do anything about it anyway. It would be the European powers.
What are they going to do?
Putin's not very powerful. I mean, it really is a paper
tiger. No, not at all. No, it's got
and also, a lot of his military is diminished.
Yes. Yeah, he can't even take out Ukraine. Never mind the massed, the massed troops of the whole of Europe. I mean,
yeah, but I think the key is that the Chinese relationship, in that Russia and China forming a bridge into Europe, is something America's always been terrified of. So he's trying to carve Putin away from Xi.
Up till now.
No, I mean, there's a part of me that kind of thinks, if I had to choose, I think I'd pick the Communist Party of China to run us.
Well, I think
we get to pick our dictators. Let's go for Xi.
I mean, surely
Trump trains.
Yeah. Trump's pissed off China, though.
Yeah.
No, Trump is I think the enemy for America is China. He's always been Trump's enemy, always.
Yeah.
And I think the problem with the Russia-China relationship is that...
Yes, but they're allies.
Yeah.
Right.
we got a couple of super chats in. Tim Ballant, thank you so much, Tim, for £10 super chat. Saying, evening, lads. I don't know if you're saying it in that voice, but I imagine you are. And also, Anne Phillips, £2. Here's a super chat I failed to post earlier. Thank you so much, Anne, for that super chat, because we had trouble with the super chats this afternoon when I was doing the show with Phil Morehouse. And someone mentioned Phil. Paul mentioned, didn't Phil say the way for Starmer to play the Mango Mussolini was to tell him that Putin would cheat on any peace deal, and that ends up making Mango look like an idiot, and Mango wouldn't like looking stupid.
Yeah, but I think he's kind of already, I mean, really, he's consistently looked stupid since he walked into the White House in January. But in all seriousness, it really showed. I think you're right in the sense that Putin 100% cannot be trusted. As I said, his allyship with China, it wouldn't surprise me if this is Putin trying to play the Americans and China just going along with it so that Putin gets what he wants.
And China can take Taiwan when it wants.
I think China would be crazy to try and take Taiwan, because the Taiwanese are just going to keep fighting forever. It's like Putin trying to take Ukraine after all this. The Ukrainians are not, even if
they're not going to stop.
Yeah, they're not going to stop. They're never going to stop. ever. Like, there's going to be an intergenerational conflict. It's like thinking the
And
Palestinians are going to just stop fighting for Palestine. It's not going to happen. Even if Trump managed to get everyone from Gaza out of Gaza, you still got the Palestinians living in Israel. You've got the Palestinians living in the West
You would
Bank.
be looking
You've got
over your
Palestinians
shoulder
diaspora.
permanently.
Yeah, around the world. Like,
if you leave the casino in Gaza, basically, you would be looking over your shoulder permanently.
Yeah, exactly. You'd never feel safe.
That's going to be what blows it up for Trump, because I think in his tiny little brain, he thinks America is this superpower that can just step in and do this stuff and get away with it, ignoring the evidence of the last 50 years of America fucking up every country it walks into, basically.
Yeah. Well, and fucking up all the wars as well. You know, since the Vietnam War, there's not a war they've really won.
No.
It's just
all the you know, there's the ironic thing, isn't it, that all the wars that America's been involved in, the way they ended was America stopped invading the country it was invading. It's like, that's how it works, Trump. Just tell Russia to stop invading. You know,
and he's trying to play it. He's gaslighting with this whole, I'm trying to have peace. It's like, no, you're not.
That is such a mealy-mouthed way of putting this, isn't it? They all do that. They go, well, you're not interested in peace, are you? And you're like, yes,
fuck
but
off.
not at
Of
any
course we are.
cost. And like, this will lead to more wars. Are you stupid? Yes, you obviously are. Because you're saying, and if peace, and by giving the Russian bear exactly what they want, you get peace. Where's this?
Have you had the right wingers on social media saying to you, "Well, send your kids or go and volunteer yourself to fight"? And you think,
yeah, right. Well,
let's fucking interview a soldier. Just go and talk to a soldier who signed up for a job that involves wearing camo gear and carrying a gun around with you. Those guys know what they're doing. You know, look, I'm no militaristic warmonger, basically, but if you sign up to join the army and get paid to do that, there's a definite risk in that contract. You might die. Basically,
there's a reason why you get paid. That is what you get paid.
Well, you don't get paid that much as a squaddy, but like, if you're an officer, you do all right. Hang on, just before we go on, we've got another super chat came in from Tim. Tim is being very generous tonight. Thank you, Tim. Saying okay, Anne Phillips and lasses, because obviously Tim said evening lads. And there was some.
It was misogynistic.
Misogynistic bias there, because obviously
that's the tariff Tim has just paid now.
He doesn't know my genitals.
I'll tell you what was phenomenal this week was the fact that we had on Thursday, I think it was yesterday, they had every single newspaper in the UK, the front cover was slagging off Trump. Yeah. Every single one, the Express, the Mail, even the Telegraph, unbelievably.
I think this is it took 24 hours for Farage to come up with a mealy-mouthed excuse for what Trump had said about Zelensky.
Yeah.
Because he's on the back foot now, having backed Trump all the way along. Farage is now, he's trying to make himself look like a liberal Democrat.
And he's backed Putin as well. He said Putin is the leader he admired him the most. Obviously, he had a stint, didn't he, on RT where he grew a moustache. Because he's a weirdo.
Yeah.
You like someone trying to balance a slug on the top lip.
Did you see what happened in Canada when Trump threatened the tariffs?
The booing.
And they're in an election cycle where there's a kind of slightly Trump backing conservative leader.
Yeah, and he's tanking in the polls,
and the whole of Canada came together against America at this point, basically. Beat them at ice hockey the other night, quite spectacularly. But Trudeau, if he was still standing, would probably do all right in the next election, where it looked like he was going to have a catastrophic loss. Yeah. And I think in the UK, we're going to have the same thing. I mean, it's going to be super interesting what happens with Starmer on Wednesday, I think.
Yeah.
Because he's supposed to be in Washington, isn't he, on Wednesday?
Yeah.
And what kind of stance does he end up choosing? How does he choose? We know where he stands. We absolutely know where he stands. But has he got the balls to stand up and say to Trump, right, fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. We've got another super chat just come in from Ivan. Thank you so much, Ivan. Very generous of you. Trump makes George W. Bush look sane, and that really is saying something. I was thinking about that the other day. Like,
me too, actually.
Going back to the good old days when the president was just an idiot and not a psychopathic idiot.
A useless fool.
Yeah.
But today has been interesting. There was the governor who decided to stand up to Trump in the middle of his little governor's lunch that he had. I don't know if you've seen this. Has only happened in the last couple of hours. I've seen a couple of videos on it. Basically, I think people are going to start biting back at him. he basically said he had heard that one of the governors was not going to follow his executive order on the ban on trans people. And that's the governor of Maine, who declared Maine a trans safe haven. And he looked at her and he said, "So you're not going to do it?" And she went, "Well, no, I will follow state and federal law." He went, "Okay, you better do it. You better do it. I will cut all government funding, federal funding to the state if you don't do it." And she was like, he said, "I am the law. I am the federal law." And she went, "See you in court."
Judge Dredd.
God, I hope these courts hold up. If Mikey was in the room, there would be an
I have
interesting
no
debate
faith.
at this point.
I have no faith in the. Oh God, just shot me pen. I have no faith in the American court system, the American justice system,
Well,
the American Parliament. I have no faith in them whatsoever.
You could say that, but they've pushed back on most of his executive orders.
Yeah, and then just got
That's
ignored.
including.
They're
Huh?
getting
ignoring
shunted
them.
up to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court is full chock-a-block with Trump toadies, and they're just going to say, yeah, the 14th Amendment one is probably going to be up in front of the... Is it the 14th or the 15th?
I think it's the 14th,
birthrights.
and you're right.
14th.
It's
It's going to be up
against the
in
Supreme
front
Court.
of the Supreme Court, probably before the end of
year.
next month. And
Oh,
they're
really?
not going to spend a year deliberating about it like they did whether, a precedent is above the law or not, which took them a very long time to decide. This is going to be like one of those TikTok things where they just decide it in a day. And they're going to be
And
like,
they'll use that.
Trump can
They'll
do it
use
like-
that as the precedent, won't they? They'll,
Yeah.
they'll say
Because
because
I
he
think-
can't actually commit a crime, he's not committing a crime.
I'll go back to what I've said a few times now. Like, we can talk all we like about how difficult it is to change the Constitution in America, but the reality, the actual reality of it is it's not difficult to change at all because it all comes down to the Supreme Court and their interpretation of it. So you've got a country where abortion used to be illegal, then it wasn't illegal because it was protected by the Constitution, and then it was illegal again. And then you had a place where the death penalty was fair
No,
enough, and then
that's not how that
the
works.
federal
Graham.
death penalty was taken away for a few years, and then it came back.
That's
What
not how
changed?
that works. That's not how that works.
Okay, well, what changed?
What changed is they said there wasn't going to be a federal law in regards to, or a federal, like there wasn't a blanket sort of, you can have an abortion. They were going to leave it to the states. That's what they said. They didn't ban abortion. They gave the states the right to do so
Okay,
if
so
they wanted
the
to.
right to have an abortion was between 73 and 2003, 23 was allowed
Nationwide.
was a nationwide ability to
Yes.
have an abortion
Yes.
was based on an interpretation of the Constitution.
Yes.
Up till 1973, that wasn't the interpretation, and then after Roe versus
No.
Wade, that was the interpretation, and now it's
Yeah.
not the interpretation anymore. So
Yeah.
you don't have a protection under the U.S. Constitution.
But they didn't ban it because there's states where you can still get an abortion.
I know. I'm not saying they banned it. I'm saying
Yeah.
that
They
it
did.
allowed for bans. All right. Sorry to be technical.
Yeah.
Let's all be
Yeah,
technical.
no.
That's very important, Scott.
Yeah.
No,
I think it is important. I think it is
So
important.
it was a positive right that people had. They had a right to an
Yeah.
abortion. That
I
right has
agree.
been taken away without a single word, a single sentence, full stop, exclamation mark being changed in the actual fucking Constitution.
No.
And that's the power the Supreme Court has. And it's why the idea that these checks and balances are going to all fall into place and stop Trump from doing the mad shit he wants to do, they're not. The only thing that's going to stop Trump doing all the mad shit he wants to do is the fact that he's a fucking idiot and he's surrounded by fucking idiots, which is the only thing we've got going for us at the moment. Have you seen the
Maybe
Trump?
that might be the way.
Have you seen
But-
the Musk Doge website that they've put up for how many savings they've made?
Yeah.
No.
They've cocked up from beginning to end.
Cocked up like you wouldn't believe. So they've put they've saved $55 billion for American taxpayers already, which is a drop in the ocean for the trillions of dollars that the US spends. And a bunch of stuff. First of all, if you add up all the itemized things on the list, it only comes to about 18 billion, nowhere near the 55 billion. But then there's things on the list, like the most expensive thing on the list is it was a typo. They put something down as being 8 billion instead of 8 million.
$8 billion spent on ICE, right?
Yes.
The border force, which really does not employ DI on a DEI basis. But it was $8 billion that had supposedly been attributed to DEI training. And their total budget, the total ICE budget is $9 billion. So theoretically, 90% of the ICE agents are all doing DII training.
Yeah.
So it turns out to be 8 million. So it they're effectively down to about $8 billion of savings.
And then there was one item that was replicated 3 times, and the number that they gave was incorrect. It was a number not for like how much it costs a year, but like how much it's an open-ended contract, so they can just get up to that sum, like as much stuff as they like. But the contract lasts for like 7 years. And they just put in the high-end number. If they claimed everything over those 7 years, that'll be the number.
Is it the New York Times saying they think it's around 5 billion is the actual answer at the moment in terms of published figures?
Yeah.
And then Musk the other day said we're going to send out $5,000 checks to every taxpayer.
Yeah.
And if you do the sums, right, so far they've saved something
$150.
They've saved something like $18 per head. Basically, that's about it.
They're really cooking now. Yeah, he's going to bribe the electorate. Wayne, we have a Wayne in the chat. Hey, Wayne, how you doing? Hey, Wayne.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, Wayne.
Your portrait, and you need to be landscape, my friend. I know. It's always nice to get a portrait of you.
There we go.
In the portrait gallery.
The National Landscape Gallery.
That's more better. How you doing, mate? You look knackered.
I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to jump on the laptop, so I'm going to be like all kinds of fucked up.
Okay. Do you want to maybe grab yourself a coffee?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, I've got a coffee.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll do that. Right, give me 2 seconds, and I'll jump back in.
Okay. Yeah. All right. See you, Wayne. Take care, man.
Right, fuck off.
Bye then. When you ready?
Funny.
Ta-da. I think Wayne's had a bit to drink.
It looks like it.
He looks absolutely smashed. This will be fun.
That's not to say he is.
He's just going to sit there going, you know,
once still be poorly. He could still be poorly.
Yeah, once he fell asleep when we were doing one of these shows.
Did he?
Yeah. It was like a Christmas show. We were doing like questions or something. I was like, Wayne, wake up, Wayne. He's like, what? Oh,
How do you drink coffee at this time of night?
How can I drink coffee?
Yeah,
I'm ADHD, mate. It doesn't even touch the sides.
Oh,
it's like waving a sausage in the Mersey Tunnel, mate. It's like opening the window and fucking the night.
Me too. I can drink coffee and then go straight to bed.
No way. No way.
Yeah, doesn't do shit.
Doesn't have the same effect with ADHD brain. Caffeine doesn't work the same way as it does with.
Saying that, I can drink Diet Coke till the cows come home.
Yeah,
and go to bed. No problem.
But that's an American company. We're boycotting Americans. Sorry, Scott. You're being boycotted.
Hey, your campaign, I think, is very pertinent. I think this week it should get some legs.
Yes. Yeah.
Because I don't know exactly how it's going to play. The bit I can't work out is what's going to happen. You know, how Farage is going to respond.
Yeah.
Kemi, you don't have to worry about, basically. But when Starmer gets treated badly by Trump, which will happen, what does Starmer do? If he stands up and makes a defiant speech on the steps of the Capitol, then maybe we come back with a flag-waving, jolly-o, off we go, chaps. We're on our own in Ukraine.
Yeah.
You know, but I think then I think the tide will turn against Trump this week. I think the UK, certainly Musk, is incredibly disliked, isn't he? He's sort of polling at 4 or 5% over here at the moment.
Yeah.
Well, he's not doing too well in America, I don't think either.
No. He's hated everywhere, unanimously.
Yeah, like the world hates him right now.
And also, like those of us that have hated him for years, like suddenly the guy's getting exposure everywhere now, and everyone's looking at him and go, "What a fucking weirdo! What a weirdo!" And he's at his extreme weirdness at the moment.
Yeah.
Some of the things he said in that interview were absolutely insane, like completely unhinged.
I am meme now.
Yeah, I'm the meme guy.
It's like
what?
But it's like memes from the year 2007, isn't it?
I know, and he just steals them off his followers.
Just shit. Crazy. I don't know why we're laughing. People's lives are at risk.
I know. People's livelihoods. Thousands and thousands of people's livelihoods are at risk because of this fucking asshole.
I mean, at the very least, just all the civil servants. You know, you just start. You start with the 50, 60,000 civil servants. Have you seen the...
Just before we go on, I've got something to share with you.
I've been waiting to see this for years, finally.
Right, here we go. Oh, no, sorry, it doesn't work. Oh,
it does work.
No, it works for you guys, but it doesn't work for the people watching at home. If I try and screen share, it doesn't work that way. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to be very clever and just drag it onto the screen so that people can see it. But you won't be able to see it, but you just read it, didn't you?
Well, I got to read it in the very small amount of time I saw it.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, well, here it is. Calvin Robinson. This week, after being doxxed, abused, hounded by the press, sacked, and smeared by the Archbishop. I've had another battle to fight. My US visa was revoked, but we soldier on.
Bye, immigrant. See you later.
Yes, that is all kinds.
I should be at his door in about 2 weeks.
My God. That is crazy, isn't it? Just a big shout out to Tim because he's been a member for 8 months. I've been a member for nearly 48 years, 46 years even. I'm getting even older. Jesus, definitely Wayne, Badger's backside and all that. Yeah, he can find his laptop.
His face did look like that. He didn't look right at all. Like, I don't know. I thought it was the camera angle. I was like, this isn't a good angle.
No. He's had a couple of drinks.
Here we go. Don't
Ooh.
Speak ill of the dead.
Hello,
Wayne.
Hello, Wayne. Hang on, before we start talking, because I've got a super chat that's coming from Ruth Guthrie, who says we have Americans in Scotland who have broken the abortion clinic's buffer zone re-protest and could end up being deported.
Good, send them back.
Good, yeah. Send them back and send them back from whence they came. And then we've got Gareth T, who's been a member for 7 months. Thank you very much, superstar you are. I was in the army. Ask away. I worry for the army. I worry for the army as well. I worry for lots of things. But I don't worry for Wayne, because Wayne's here tonight. Hey, Wayne, how you doing?
Hi, Wayne.
Hello. Wayne's brought his internet with him.
Oi.
Oh, Wayne.
What?
Wayne, how many cans of lager have you had tonight?
None.
Wine? How many bottles of wine?
How many bottles of wine?
No, I've had some Captain Morgan.
Oh, okay. How many bottles of
whole
Captain
bottle?
Morgan? Oh, well, as someone just said in the chat, it's a proper Friday night now because Wayne's here. So you just missed that the Calvin Robinson, the fake priest, the fake vicar, he's been told that his visa for America is no longer valid. It's been invalidated. That's what you get for doing Hitler salutes.
I was going to say, a nonce from the Vatican is not allowed in America anymore.
He's not Catholic. He's not Catholic. He's not a nonce.
He's not allowed in any. He's not allowed in any church. Is he?
No, he's like Damien from The Omen now. He's not allowed in any church.
Excommunicated, isn't he?
Because he's an absolute gobshite.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I mean, look, if people want to be horrible gobshites, fair enough. But don't be a horrible gobshite and pretend to be a Christian. Because that's not what Jesus taught at all, you know? And I, as someone who's not a Christian, but was brought up in a Christian country, I guess, I find it a bit offensive, you know? That people do this in Jesus' name, and they're just horrible to each other. As Ernie Burns...
That is my definition of when someone says they are into
Sorry, collect your thoughts and start again. Where are you going?
I'm trying to say the word properly. My thoughts are there.
Have you been on the Captain Morgan and all?
No, but I haven't drunk in ages.
All right, my internet is not that fucked.
Christian values or whatever it is.
Judeo-Christian values.
Thank you. Yeah, guys.
You're making Wayne look good here.
Okay, listen.
I don't know. I don't have to come here to be insulted. I can go anywhere on the internet to be insulted.
Anybody who says that, I think of them as probably one of the horrible Christians.
Isn't that sad though?
Yeah, 100%.
It's when you get them to list what those values are, and they've got no clue.
They don't know.
No,
they don't know. And it was on LBC today. This journalist went to that conservative fair thing it's not the CPAC. It's the one that was held in the East End.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Pete Bacon
and
spoke at it.
and Liz Truss
Jordan
was there.
Peterson.
And Liz Truss at CPAC today was comedy gold. But I mean, that woman is smoking some seriously good stuff. But the cracked out. She is insane. But so this journalist was going around talking to people, well, we all have the same values. Everyone kept saying, she spoke to, we all have the same values. And she was going, okay, cool. What are those values? And they were like,
Christian
values. And then eventually, apparently, one of the organizers came up to her and said, we're thinking about asking you to leave because you're making people uncomfortable.
Asking them what their values
are. All I'm doing is asking them what they believe in.
Who got asked to leave? The journalist?
It was the journalist.
LBC journalist?
Who was it? LBC journalist, yeah. I can't remember the name of her.
Was it Charlotte Thingy?
It wasn't. No, it was someone else.
No, Charlotte was in the studio today, so it wouldn't have been Charlotte.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've got Wayne. Can you have a word with your mate Jimmy? Because he's although he follows me on Threads, which he doesn't use, he's blocked me on Blue Sky.
Really?
Yeah, I must be on one of those block lists. It was like gobby scousers. You just like block them.
Brother, it's because you are a little bit lively.
Lively? No, I'm not. What, do I swear too much on his show? I've never sworn on his show. Oh, Darren's turned up. Oh, Darren!
Hello, everyone up. Everyone's well.
Darren turns up every week with his guitars on the wall. I want him to play.
And his gloves on. Every time I see him, I think he's sitting in some sort of refrigerator with guitars on the wall.
I love seeing my poodle. He's right there.
No, Darren needs to play us a song. Can you play Puff the Magic Dragon on the guitar while we talk about politics?
Did you say Puff the Magic Dragon?
Puff the Magic Dragon.
What did you call me?
I called
Magic Dragon.
The Magic Dragon.
Did you a Magic Dragon, Scott?
He lived in Honolulu and in a land called Honolulu or something.
Anyway, not a song I've really learned.
Jackie Paper. He loved that Rascal Puff. Anyway,
what did you call me?
A rascal.
A rascal. Called you a rascal.
Do you know what I could like in Liverpool? So in most places in the country, you have people call.
I've got one.
Working class people chavs. In Liverpool, because we're all working class in Liverpool, pretty much. We call them scallies, which is basically short for scallywags, which is so charming. Do you know what I mean? Like the scallywags are out again. In Papua New Guinea, if you get like mugged and murdered by someone on the street, they'll be called a rascal. That's what they call them. They just say, a rascal got you. Oh, the rascal's got him. And I'm like, when I think of a rascal, I think of like little
kid in
Fagan's gang. You know what I mean? Like the Artful Dodger. At least when it comes up and like stabs you and nicks your wallet. There you go. Anyway, Tim, thank you very much for the super chat. Tim is being very, very kind tonight. Trump is allegedly attending the Russian May 9th celebrations.
Oh God, he is as well.
God.
According to the Sun. No, Trump denies he will join Putin in Moscow at the massive World War II.
That means he totally will do because he's a lying bastard.
Totally going. Yeah.
Is there any way back for America in this? Like, can America claw its way back?
No.
Yep.
Go on, Scott. Tell us.
The collective amnesia that we have just seen is going to happen again. And when we get somebody in office that's not Donald Trump, that is actually a sensible human being, it will be like, well, that wasn't so bad.
Yeah, but will
Scott is basically the American Mark today.
Yeah, but will he leave though?
Who's Mark?
I think you're right, Scott. I think America has an incredibly short memory.
Yeah, they do. That's because they're stupid.
Yeah, but the damage that he's doing is going to echo through the decades. It's going to be the rest of my life.
I think that's the thing. I think America will vote for a Democrat again, definitely. But I don't think there'll be a mess up in 4 years. I don't think there'll be a
Democrat is going to take all 4 years to try to clean up the mess in every possible aspect.
But what's going to happen, and this does frustrate me actually, that during the Biden period, I don't know why Europe didn't get its act together during that period and realize that Trump could come back. it doesn't make any.
Complacency,
it makes no
mate.
sense to me at all. They're all sitting there as if to go, well, hang on, we know he got elected, but we didn't expect him to be a fucking madman. And you go, well, why didn't you? You had to deal with him.
He
4
literally
years ago,
told
you knew exactly what he was like.
And he told you what he was going to do. Like everything he said he was going to do, he's doing.
And so we should have been organising. You know, I was looking at some stats today that the support for a European army in the UK, support for a Europe-wide army defence force has doubled in the last 5 years.
Has it gone up from like 1% to 2%?
Yeah, we're in the Scott. We're in the 10 to 20%, right? But,
Scott. To your point, the Trump 2.0 is the worst kind of Trump because he had a gap, and now he's like, I can't do this again, so I'm going to do what the fuck I like.
Yeah,
and they were prepared for it this time. They didn't really expect to win last time. They were prepared for it this time. Hey, listen, Darren Christians just dropped a super chat in to inform us. I love this. When someone drops a super chat in to inform us. It was Aggie Shambra, who was the LBC journo, who was asked to leave from that thing where they were complaining about cancel culture and for people not being able to say what they think, and then they
have conferences. Like every 2 weeks, there's a conservative conference somewhere where they stand up and talk their absolute nonsense, saying how they can't say anything at all.
It makes sense to nonsense, though. Scott, it makes sense to nonsense. That's why it's nonsense.
Nonsensical.
But you know what I'm saying? It's such a joke in itself. It writes itself. It's like, so you're complaining that you can't say anything while you're saying it.
You know, I was thinking about this today, watching Farage talk, and he was saying you can't say anything in the UK anymore. But it struck me that it's such a gift to these right wingers, because they can pretend that they're saying exactly what you're thinking. They don't actually have to say any of the racist, misogynist, sexist, anti-trans stuff out loud. They just give you the by saying they won't let me say the things I want to say. The things we're all thinking. They're essentially saying whatever weird shit you are thinking, I'm thinking
racist,
and I'm just not allowed to say it. But I'm on your team.
What I hate about the First Amendment absolute nutters is the First Amendment only applies to the government.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like any sort of platform, you're fucked, mate. You're done.
Yeah.
I decree what is said on my platform. So First Amendment bullshit, jog that on. If the government stops you saying that, then there's a problem.
Yes, exactly. And things like what happened today with the governor of Maine, that's freedom of speech. That was speaking truth to power or challenging power.
I'm not sure where it was, Northern California or somewhere. A councilman was it's almost a really silly thing. There was a plaque going to be put up on a library.
Yeah,
the wording on the plaque spelled out MAGA.
Yeah,
all right. It was something like the magnificent, Aryan, gargantuan, whatever.
Oh God!
And this guy stood up and said, "He's like a local councillor, as far as I can tell." No, he stands up and he says, "There's a lot of objections to this MAGA plaque going up," and the police arrested him.
Right. So he is in the chamber. He is an NFL.
Why?
I'm going to tell you why. He is a former NFL player. He's actually quite well known in America. He did a whole speech. He started with the anti-trans thing and attacked him for that and everything else. And then he said, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to use my constitutional right to peacefully protest. And he attempted to walk up to the people in the councillors themselves, and so that's why the police took him down.
Did he say he could do his thing for civil disobedience or something? Is that the word?
Yeah, that was the word he used. Then he walked out in front of the podium where he was just talking, and he laid down on the floor, and the police came and picked him up.
Oh, I didn't think he laid down on the floor. I thought he
did. No, I saw that.
And it was like instant. My apologies. It was instant. It was like he sat down and they were like, "Oh, you're not fucking city!" And then he like,
you know what? You know when your country is fucked up when someone's just trying to have a little kip. You know what I mean? Just 7 and later.
Just let them sleep.
Catch some Z's.
George, thank you very much for the £10 super chat. Europe can't defend itself and has been dependent on the US, whose new government is pulling out of Europe, but in cahoots with Putin, who wants to control Europe. See the plan. I disagree that Europe can't defend itself. I think that Europe can defend itself. Yes. Absolutely. Especially, maybe not against the US, maybe not against China, but
definitely against Russia.
Ukraine can defend itself on its own against Russia. You know, I don't think we've got too many problems with defending Latvia,
and Europe's
Estonia.
Actually, Europe's put in as much money as America into Ukraine.
Yeah,
collectively.
More money.
Europe has
more
put
money.
In,
They put in more.
Substantially more.
But how much shitcoin has he got though?
Yeah, what about the shitcoin? We've got. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Neeps and Tatties, first of all. Welcome, Neeps and Tatties to the superstar level of membership. So thanks very much, Neeps and Tatties.
How do you earn superstar?
Membership tiers.
You pay £4 a month for superstar. There's like Lone Star, Superstar, Megastar, and then it goes all the way up to like Pulsar.
So is it a lot like a private school where you pay fees and get treated better by society?
Do I have to start blowing?
I'm surprised at you, Graham, for running such a elitist organisation.
Running such a racket. So there was an article in the Guardian, of all places today. Working class creatives don't stand a chance in the UK today. Leading artists warn. Analysis by the
because to be fair, I haven't got
analysis. Let me just read it, and then you can come in. Okay. Analysis by the Guardian shows a third of major art leaders were privately educated.
Wow.
Right, you can talk now, Wayne. What are you saying?
No, I was going to say all of these people that are coming in here like just not paying enough for my actual internet. So I'm not
Wayne is
privately educated.
Wayne is the Elon Musk of politics social. He's going to get a chainsaw out of it.
Yeah, chainsaw to it.
Just give me some monies.
Efficiency. We had another super chat come in from Questionable Absanity. Thank you very much for the £5. The USA will do what they have historically always done, wait for 2 years and then join in, take credit for winning and then profit from loans from rebuilding. Well, I mean, they've done that a couple of times. They'll probably do it again. No doubt.
Wait, I do have to say, your internet is holding up remarkably well tonight.
Oh, don't say that. You'll curse it.
You're not actually doing so good, Wayne.
Commentator's curse. That's commentator's curse.
He'll be doing Norman Collier impersonations next.
It's now going to shit the bed.
Yeah.
The one time that his internet,
you only want to drink.
Wayne's got a very bad connection to reality. That's the
To be fair, I have actually been texting as well. So.
Who you been texted?
I don't know.
What's his name?
Are you playing Snap text?
Scott, answer your DMs. All right.
Can't wait.
Just to go back to the report that I was talking about, the report found that 43% of Britain's best-selling classical musicians and 35% of BAFTA-nominated actors were alumni of private schools. Amongst classical musicians, 58% had attended university, as well as 64% of top actors. I'm finding it really difficult to get me numbers out tonight, so I'm going to stop doing that.
You know what cracked me up the first time I ever heard it right was when I first moved here, I watched EastEnders. I just loved EastEnders, right?
That true life documentary.
right. But when I heard, I can't remember the actress called Pat St. Clements. I can't remember who she played and what her name was. I can't remember it off the top of my head.
Played Pat. It's Pat Butcher.
Yeah, I think it was Pat Butcher. Yeah. And her name's Pat as well, right?
Pam. Her name's Pam.
Pam St. Clements. Yeah.
When you heard her talk normally, the juxtaposition was insane. She was incredibly posh. And I was like,
if that drives you mad, have a listen to Grandad from fucking Only Fools and Horses.
Not Grandad. It didn't drive me mad. It surprised me. It surprised me for some reason. Because I'm American and I think the TV's real. I expected her to sound like Pat Butcher,
Like
right? And when she did it, I was like, she's extremely well spoken.
So let me rephrase that. Uncle Albert from Only Fools and Horses, right? You listen to
posh
Buster
as well.
Buster was posh as fuck.
Right. Yeah. And so I knew at that moment, like, obviously a lot of, like, you can tell that a lot of the British actors and actresses, etc., were probably coming from more privileged positions than we realize, so yeah, it doesn't surprise me at all. But there are some that are working class that have done good,
There's always stories, but the problem in the whole creative sector has always been that you can't afford to stay in the game unless mummy and daddy are paying for a flat in London or Manchester.
100%. Yeah.
You can do it for a year. You can leave university and try your hand, basically.
Yeah.
So you're not going to put the 5 years in it takes to become anything in the creative industries, basically.
I've been doing a watch along with my mate from Orlando, and the Haunting of Bly Manor. I don't know if any of you seen that.
Yeah, right. I wasted my time with that.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's a girl in it that says she's from Tennessee, and as soon as Bex heard her accent, she was like, "You ain't from fucking Tennessee."
Well, some of them aren't very good at the American accent.
This is some bullshit.
Is that Blind Man? Is that a James Herbert novel, or am I thinking?
Yes, yeah.
Yes, I remember
Netflix.
Reading the book.
Yeah, the series didn't really do it for me.
No, but as soon as Bex heard her accent, she was like, "You ain't fucking Tennessee, you fucking lying cunt."
Someone was asking if Buster Merrifield was a PSM hire. No, absolutely not. What the hell was that talking about?
Buster Merrifield, a fucking legend.
He was a boxer, wasn't he, when he was a kid? Has he got the name Buster?
No, he was a double-hard little fucker.
He
was a double-hard little fucker.
Yeah. But no, he's definitely not a PSM. A very, very working class background. Same with like Cary Grant. Surprisingly, I mean, he grew up in Bristol, and he was a Bristol lad, and he just had a normal upbringing. Well, a fairly normal upbringing. Do you know his dad had his mum sent to a lunatic asylum, and told Archibald, his name was Archibald. He told him that she was dead when he was 11. And it wasn't until he was a big star in Hollywood. Yeah.
In
his 30s.
He did rediscover and brought her a house, didn't he?
And still in the sanitarium that his dad had put her in.
Yeah, but he brought her a house and moved to Bristol for half his life, didn't he?
Yeah.
Anyone called Archibald had electrodes attached to the head at some point.
Oh my
God. Archibald Leach.
In Wayne's autocratic society.
Wayne's world.
Sean
Archibald.
Sean Connery, Michael Caine, Pete Postlethwaite, Gary Oldman.
I was just about to say Gary Oldman.
Gary working class.
So I recently watched Nil by Mouth again, and that was kind of based on his upbringing, wasn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
Gary Oldman. He's not in that, is he?
Gary Oldman produced it.
Oh, he produced it, but it's Ray Winston's in it, isn't he?
Gary Oldman didn't act.
Burke.
It's Kathy Burke and Ray Winston.
That's such a quintessentially British film. But it's so miserable.
It is miserable. But Gary Oldman is the director or the producer, one of the two.
Yeah. I spoke to my mate again, Bex earlier, and there's a film coming out by Danny Dyer. And it is the most non-reach Danny Dyer film ever, because it's just like in his wheelhouse, called Marching Powder. We need to do a watch along. We need to do a watch along because it's ridiculous.
It's Dyer working class.
Is that based on the book about the guy who lived in? Well, he was sentenced to jail in Bolivia and lived in the San Pedro prison. He wrote a book called Marching Powder. Oh, it must be different thing then.
So one of your stories, Gray.
Yeah.
Is Danny Dyer still angry at David Cameron?
Yes.
Oh, he's angry. He's angry at every fucker.
It's about an aging football hooligan who struggles to keep his family together, and he's arrested after violent matchday exploits and given 6 weeks to turn his life around.
Danny Dyer's better than this.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! I'm fairly certain he turns his life around.
Yeah, me too.
But we need to watch along with that, because that is just, oh god, that's Danny Dyer at his best, because it is just him.
Well, it sounds like Rise of the Foot Soldier Part 6. Like, I got bored of it. So bored of these weird Cockney films now. Like, they're just so terrible. Rob, you can watch hundreds of them on Amazon Prime. Hundreds of them. So boring. Some of them.
I watched The Gentleman. That was pretty crap. What's the name of the guy?
I didn't mind The Gentleman.
He was married to Madonna, wasn't he? That guy, Guy Ritchie. He's private school mafia.
Mm-hmm.
He's very posh in real life.
Well, he was Mockney. That's where the term Mockney came
accent.
from. Yeah.
He's at trouble at Mill.
Do you know? His boozer has got a 9-month waiting list for a roast dinner.
You could get pregnant and have a baby before having a roast dinner.
Yeah,
Where is that?
Well, not you.
Where
you
even is that?
I don't think many people get pregnant and deliver a roast
Kensington.
dinner. That's not normal.
It's in Kensington.
It's like you give birth and then you can have a roast dinner at the end of it.
Oh, I see.
That working class area of Kensington. Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's just fuck off, mate. Just no.
I've lost the thread of the conversation here. What are we talking about? Are you telling to fuck off, Wayne? What happened?
Guy Ritchie.
Guy Ritchie can jog the fuck on
He
all the way
on. Guy Ritchie. Guy Ritchie.
No.
Pinky out.
I'm not having it.
This is Horace. He is my butler. He'll get you anything.
Yes, Lord. How.
Right, like 9 months.
Oh shit! Nah, it's a fucking Sam doing an interview. I'll put my funny voice on.
Yeah, he's there in France with his trotters up.
Danny Dyer is not PSM. He's not a PSM. So he's all right. He's all right. He was in Riders. He was in the TV show Riders, which was fun. I finished off season 2 of Squid Game. Spoilers for anyone watching it. I'm not going to give anything away, really, but nothing. It doesn't end. It just stops because they're making another season, which comes out later in the year, which is going to finish it off, finish off the story.
So infuriating that was. So infuriating.
It's just like,
Scott, did you watch it all?
Just finish it and have a season 3. Like, why did we need to make it? We're gonna do part 2 in 2020. No,
but it's this year, mate. It's this year. It's June.
I get it. Just split
this season. Just split the release
in the year.
I finished off Cobra Kai as well this week, and that was fucking brilliant. Cobra Kai, mate, will never die.
That's finished now, isn't it?
Yeah, it finished this week. Honestly, it's the best thing on television since the fucking
I refuse to watch that because Danny Russo is a fucking legend.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's still a legend.
That's the reason.
You need to watch it. He's in it.
He's in it.
I know.
Everyone's in it. Elizabeth Shue turned up for an episode.
But he's made out to be the baddie.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he's not.
Crane kicked the fuck out of everyone.
No. Danny LaRusso is in it, but the guy who played it.
He plays. Ralph Macchio is in it playing Danny LaRusso.
Yeah, and he's the good guy.
He always has been the good guy.
No, but the first series.
You're getting it mixed up with
the woman at the end of Karate Kid Part 2.
You're getting it mixed up with Karate Kid Part 3, where he joins Cobra Kai, and he fights a robot, probably. Or was that Rocky? I don't know.
Wow.
The 80s were a wild time.
Wow. Yeah, he's sitting there fighting fucking Johnny Five.
Honestly, if you just want to have a laugh and just have a good time, Cobra Kai is a good time. It's just a good time. That's it.
You know what?
It does not take itself seriously at all. It just has a good time. It's very, very, very silly in a beautifully stupid 80s kind of way. Like it is an absolute throwback to those 1980s high concept bullshit shows we used to get like Manimal and the A-Team and Nice Walk and stuff like that. It's so silly, it's brilliant.
There's two shows that I want to see some sort of like proper ending to.
Bless you, Scott.
One is The Goonies and the other one is Big Trouble in Little China.
They keep talking about making a Goonies 2 and having it so that the original Goonies are the adults in it and it's their kids going on an adventure, which I think would be quite cool.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, but Big Trouble in Little China, like
you've never seen that?
No, bring that the fuck back.
I don't bring it back.
It still exists.
I like new stuff. Come on, we got the substance. That was brilliant. We got last year we got some really good original movies.
Severance. I've been watching Severance. Have you seen that?
Yes, that's excellent. That's just so much fun.
What
mystery TV show?
Brilliant. Just a brilliant.
Mike, what platform's that on?
It's on Apple TV.
It's
but you can get Apple TV for 3 months. There's a special offer on at the moment. So get on it.
I don't think I've got that. I don't think
Ted Lasso. Binge Silo and binge
Silo's great. I read the Silo book.
Oh, no spoilers then. No spoilers. But yeah, Severance is great. It's the first show that I've seen probably since Lost where I'm actually, reading up about it after every episode with the different theories about what's going on.
Yeah. Where you're really happy that it doesn't explain everything with a narrative.
Yes. You don't need to give everything away.
I keep hearing about this Yellow Jackets, which apparently is supposed to be quite good. Not Yellowstone, but Yellow Jacket. I don't know. I gotta.
I've heard of it.
I think it might be an LGBT thing, but yeah,
it's okay.
No. I'm just saying.
I'm a 21st century boy, Scott. I can take
I know you are, Graham, but other guys. But yeah,
we all wear hats.
Yes.
Except for Mike. But
yeah, don't worry about him. But
everyone tells me Yellowstone is worth watching as well. So I've been
supposed to be
with that.
Very Trumpy, though.
Really?
It's a very clear depiction of American men.
What I really like about Severance, and there's a new episode out today which I haven't watched yet, but they're like no one can really spoil it for me because it's not based on the book. Like Game of Thrones, I had some major spoilers thrown my way during the run of Game of Thrones by people who have read the book and thought that I want to know what happens because that's obviously something that you want to know when you're watching something. Please spoil it for me. Go on.
Yeah, tell me what's going to happen.
Do you know what? Like all of chat, just spoil fucking everything.
Right, no, don't listen to Wayne. Don't listen to Wayne.
Tell me the Titanic has gone down. Tell me the Titanic has gone down.
Don't listen to Johnny Walker or Jack Daniels or whatever his name is. Wayne,
do you know how EastEnders ends?
No,
the end.
I've seen the final episode.
It never sleeps.
It will. Hey, Neighbours has been cancelled again.
What a surprise! I thought Amazon Prime bought that.
They did.
They did
it for 2 years, and I watched it the other day, and fuck me, it's awful. Like
it's strange though, isn't it? Because everyone loves Good Neighbours.
Some things just actually belong in their time.
That's just me trying to do the theme tune. I'll get my hat. I don't have a hat.
Some things belong in their time. I mean, like Neighbours.
Is Bouncer still in Neighbours?
Yes. Bouncer's ghost. Bouncing in.
Bouncer.
Helen walks around naked all the time as a ghost.
Bouncer is a gaffer of Ramsey Street. He just bowls around there and says, "All right, this is my fucking yard. What are you gonna do?"
Yeah.
Genuinely haven't seen Neighbours since Kylie Minogue was in it.
Right.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
Well, kudos to Kylie Minogue. She went back for the finale. That was supposed to be the finale, and then it wasn't the finale. So there you go.
Didn't Craig McLachlan go back as well?
And Guy Pearce went back, who was in the news this week because he repeated what he'd already said a few years earlier about Kevin Spacey being a massive nonce. And Kevin Spacey went, "Oh, you calling me a nonce, are you? Why don't you come here and tell me, you victim-blaming person or something?" And Kevin Spacey...
And he did.
Is not a normal person.
Why would you go public and say that?
Because Kevin Spacey's a twat.
Who came from again?
He's an absolute twat.
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce mentioned his experience on LA Confidential, which he's spoken about before, actually, and the fact that Kevin Spacey was rather handsy, put it that way. And you know, when Kevin
How
Spacey, when all that stuff
much
came out
money-
about Me Too and everything, and Kevin Spacey got pointed at by people, what are you doing, Scott?
I want to. It's got to change color on the screen.
How much money did Kevin Spacey pay for certain things to go away? Let's be real.
Yeah, but the way he's been acting the last few years is just fucking bizarre. He keeps doing these videos where he'll be walking around his house like cooking and stuff, playing that he's the character that he played in House of Cards.
I was going to say American Psycho.
Usual Suspects. It'd be cool if he was Kaiser Soze, Kaiser, whatever his name is. Yeah. No,
he's the way and the way that the usual victim blame a lot, pile on and say, oh, Guy Pearce, he's just a whinging wannabe. He's only saying this because he wants an Oscar for his appearance in The Brutalist or whatever he's in right now. And I'm just like, he's mentioned this before. Like, this isn't anything new. And someone asked him about it, and he gave an honest answer.
Guy Pearce in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, we're done. That's absolute genius.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's very good. But yeah, I mean, it goes to show
Stamp as well.
Isn't it embarrassing? It should be embarrassing for people to go, oh, there's this nonce, right? And I'm going to go on the internet and I'm going to defend that nonce.
Yeah.
And I want my name next to it and a little picture of myself defending a nonce. And I want that to be made
these people do it all the time.
Realms forever.
People are doing it to Trump every day at the moment.
Yeah, they voted for him. They voted for a nonce. They voted for a sex 100%. Offender. Someone who should be on the sex offenders register, which I think he is actually. So is his address 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? Is that on the sex offenders register now?
You know what? That triumvirate that were behind the Lord and Savior of all of the world. When their shit gets fucking hung out to dry, I really want to be there and clap and laugh because I know it's coming.
Yeah.
Right.
You think they'll ever get? You think they'll ever get caught out?
100%.
So we talk about Trump for a moment because he wants to get rid of income tax in America, right? He's going to get rid of the IRS. He's going to get rid of the Inland Revenue Service, and he's going to replace it with the External Revenue
ERS.
Service. Yeah, the ERS.
He thinks tariffs are going to replace income tax.
Yes. And here's the numbers, right? So at the moment, right, income tax brings in $3 trillion for the US Treasury, right? So if they were to replace that with something else, it needs to bring in $3 trillion. The amount of trade that America brings into its country, right, every year is, you never guess, $3 trillion. So he would need to put 100% tariffs on everything coming into the US in order to make up the $3 trillion. But that would double the price of everything, and therefore people will buy less stuff. So you wouldn't be getting $3 trillion worth of stuff. You'll be getting 1.5 trillion because people won't be able to afford the stuff coming in. And if it turns out the way he seems to want it to, and that these companies say, "Oh, we're going to stop manufacturing cars in China and Mexico because it's not cost effective. We'll manufacture them in America instead and avoid the tariffs," then he'll get nothing. There will be no money coming in for the government, for the army, for NASA,
but he keeps
for the NOSAA.
The important thing,
that's why he's reduced everything.
Yeah, he keeps comparing it to 1870 when America it had no income tax, and it made all of its money out of tariffs on goods being imported. But that was primarily because it was pre-industrialization. Really, they were importing everything from Europe, so they were charging tariffs on that. And there were 4 people making the majority of the money out of that, and they were called the robber barons.
Yeah.
Yes.
Essentially, and I think that's what Trump's looking at. He's thinking there were 4 guys, they made a lot of money. That's what we should do. Basically, I'll be one of those guys. Ellen can be the other one. The rest of you can all fight in front of me.
Mike, to your point, it's this is kind of I'm going to switch it back to Kevin Bridges.
Guy Ritchie?
Kevin Bridges. When you hear that bloke in the pub just like ranting, and you put your hand on his shoulder and you say, "Enjoy your day. See you in a bit." But he's got a hand on the tiller.
Yep.
What's going on?
I think we should start calling him Elon Musk, like to rhymes with felon.
That's exactly what Mikey does.
Elon Musk rhymes with felon.
Have you not noticed that?
He's off to jail. I mean, the only thing he's keeping out of jail right now is Trump. He's got one man who's a fucking psychopath, sociopath.
It's just ridiculous.
And that's the only thing keeping Elon Musk out of jail, because he has committed so many crimes in America, major crimes that come with major sentences.
Here's the thing about his accusation on Zelensky being a dictator, because they didn't have an election last May because they're under martial law and it's in their constitution and you can't have an election.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand why he's having a go at that. He must get halfway through that sentence, that speech, and just think, hang on, if I declare martial law, then we don't have to have elections anymore. This seems like a good idea. To me, that's exactly the kind of thing Trump would want.
Exactly what Musk is going to do. Trump is going to do. What they'll do together if
they'll declare war on Canada or Mexico, and like 6 months before the election,
it'll be a terrorist attack. I think there'll be a major terrorist attack. 30,000 Americans dead, and they'll use that as a pretext to declare martial law.
He's looking at Elon Musk as a fucking lackey, right? So as soon as shit goes sideways, he'll be like, "Oh, it was him. It weren't me."
Yeah. Of course.
It weren't me.
Of course.
Anne Phillips is saying, speaking of spoilers, my bro, who I love dearly, told me the plot of The Sixth Sense. Now I never know if I guessed it before the end. Well, Anne, if you haven't seen The Sixth Sense, just put your fingers in your ears the next 10 seconds and go,
Don't bother.
When The Sixth Sense came out in China, it was the literal title they gave it was "He's a Ghost." That was the title they gave the freaking movie with the big twist. Anyway, you take your fingers out your ears now.
Great. By the
sucks.
way, why do you think my muff mic is red?
Because it's like a big bell end.
You absolute cunt.
You walked right into that.
I didn't realise that was a microphone, Wayne.
Yeah, I just thought it was like a massive dildo that you just got hanging off of. Well played.
Got you on that one. I'm sorry.
That was really random. Why is your muff red?
Why is your muff red?
Your fluffer. Why is your fluffer red?
You can't set a question you don't know the answer to, Wayne. Come on. There you go.
What?
What's just happened?
What was the whole point of that?
I don't understand.
It was
that for Red Nose Day?
Right.
Is it Red Nose Day?
He just wanted to say muff. That's it.
Just want to say muff. One Angry Pagan just dropped a super chat in. Thank you very much, One Angry Pagan. I think we were just going off on a tangent there, weren't we? For a bit. I don't know if we've lost the people in the chat.
What is the answer to
talk
that
about
question?
politics, knobheads.
No. You're never going to know, Scott. You're never going to know.
One Angry Pagan, thank you very much. Elump wants to audit the gold at Fort Knox now. Yeah.
This is hilarious.
That is hysterical.
Yeah,
because he saw it.
And the pair of them, when they talk about it, it's like they're 8-year-olds.
Yeah, we're gonna go to Fort Knox. Like,
we're gonna see all the gold. It's gonna be amazing. It's ridiculous.
The thing is, when I look at them now, all I can see is Beavis and Butthead.
Yes.
So true.
100%.
I'm just waiting for Donald Trump to. I'm just waiting for Donald Trump to shove his shirt over his head and go, "I am Cotton Hollywood."
When I was a kid, I was wondering if Fort Knox had a load of gold in it. I'm gonna go find out.
Paul, hang on, Wayne. Paul in the chat has just dropped a super chat in. Thank you very much. If no tax, how many angry unemployed CPAs? What's a CPA? Does anyone know what a CPA is? Crown prosecution assistant. I don't know what a CPA. Paul, tell us what a CPA is, because I don't get the joke. He's laughing. He's put laughing emojis. I don't know what a CPA is.
Certified public accountant.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Accountants are going to be out.
If there's no income tax, there's no tax.
You don't want to fuck the accountants off. Oh my god! Could you imagine the accountant riot of 2025?
The revolution
when they burned down the Capitol. Oh my god! You don't want to piss off the accountants. They're fucking serious men and women.
I'm not fucking joking at all. When Mike turns up in a fucking waistcoat, looking like a snooker player, and comes out with abbreviations like that, yeah, you know he's fucking right. That man, yeah, he knows.
because you can always trust a snooker player.
Exactly.
It's the classic. If Stephen Hendry says it, then it must be true.
Exactly.
You know, Steve Davis is a DJ now.
Is he really?
He's like a really famous DJ. He DJ'd when Blair played Wembley Stadium. He DJ'd.
Bruv,
Really?
Stuart Bingham is one of my neighbours. He's just up the road. World champion. It's just up the road.
John C says Beavis and Butthead did have some saving grace. Yeah. Unlike Elon Musk and Donald Trump, who have absolutely none whatsoever. But like everything they're doing is just it's comical. It's comical, but it's so dark. It's just it feels like every day I wake up and I'm not sure whether I'm reading an Onion headline, a Daily Mash headline, you know, a Vladimir Paul's breaking news or something. Whether it's real.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah. And the reality, I think the reality is, it's essentially performative austerity, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the fact that he had that chainsaw is Milei, the Argentinian president, gave that chainsaw to him, and that's the one he used in the campaign previously in Argentina, where he's fucked up the economy completely by cutting out all of the resources for government employees, etc., etc.
Bruv, give me like a spoon or a goblet or some sort of shit like that. Don't give me a fucking chainsaw. That's just weird.
He was very happy. Musk was very happy to be wandering around with a bloody chainsaw. Just he didn't chop his own leg off. Yeah, yeah. And he was wearing meme sunglasses. So it's all performative austerity. And the reason they're doing the austerity, and this is the point, they put those stories out every single day, and they're playing to there's a number of factors, isn't it? It's like the 8 billion thing. Most people got no real concept of what the difference of those two numbers is.
Yeah.
They've no idea that one is 1,000 times bigger than the other, and that you couldn't, you could probably fit £8 million in your house, but you couldn't fit £8 billion in your house.
Yeah.
No.
So these numbers just resonate with people going, God, yeah, we're wasting money on that. Yeah, we're wasting money on that. Cut that. Cut $1 million. They saved $1 million, which is fuck all in American tax.
In American currency, it's nothing.
But they're doing all of that because they need to raise $45 billion in taxes to give a tax cut to billionaires.
But it's not real fucking numbers, and it's not something that's gonna land on people's doorstep. Like,
they're going to have to learn the hard way. It's not. You're right. And they're going to learn the hard way.
Yeah.
And when their promised check from Donald Trump for $150 showed up, they're going to feel cheated. They're going to feel a little bit aggrieved. And I'm here for every fucking second of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to laugh.
There is
laugh so hard.
There is a part of
your $150. He doesn't even pay. I bet Trump doesn't even. Trump pays $150 for his lunch. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's nothing to him. Pocket.
I don't know.
Bruv,
I mean, that's a lot of KFC.
No. A
lot of McDonald's.
That's at least two buckets.
It's McDonald's.
I love a bucket of chicken though. Go on.
What's the line about it? What, 1 million seconds is what, 11 days, and then a billion is 30 odd years.
30 years. People don't have the concept of it because they just hear it all the time.
Yeah.
So they just they don't get it. They don't get it. And and for me, I kind of got it a little bit more when living here. When people talk about billions of pounds here, like our government talks about that. That's like a lot of fucking money, right? Our economy doesn't work in trillions like America does. So so it's just like trillions must be an insane amount of money.
I've got a super chat come in from Questionable Absanity. Thank you very much, Sat, for the £5. I've claimed for some time that complicated tax laws are deliberately enacted to create jobs for accountants and tax lawyers. Well, there you go.
Who writes those laws?
Yeah,
it's the Deloittes of the world.
Yeah,
and tax lawyers.
I agree because why can't you just make it easy?
Won't somebody think of the consultant?
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta admit, if he does get rid of income tax and the accountants all end up on the dole, I'll be quite comfortable with that.
Well, this is the thing. under Trump,
work in
the
finance,
economy's going to go
guys.
to shit. It's already it's always going that way. Inflation's going to be up. Interest rates are going to go through the roof. You're going to have, apart from the mass deportations, meaning that there's going to be no fucking food. He's setting things up for the economy to go into the red, like massively in America. And like, how long is he going to go away with it? He's going to say, "Oh yeah, this is all part of the plan," and which we're trying to do this in order to. There's got to have a bit of pain before it all works out. But I just don't know how much people are going to put up with it.
Yeah.
No, it's
You know what? I reckon
mental.
there'll still be morons that get on the internet and go, "I got my $150 from Donald Trump."
Yeah.
They did it
Well,
during
you look
COVID,
at that
didn't
farmer,
they?
don't you? You look at that farmer whose subsidies he still thinks it's more to do with the government than Trump, because he's could lose his farm.
And this is where Darren, this is where they win every single time. This goes back to what I was saying about, I'm being cancelled. I can't say the things I want to say, which means that people can sit there thinking they're thinking terrible things. But it's the same thing. They blame the deep state. They're saying we're trying to fight the deep state. If anything goes wrong with their plans, they'll say it's not us, it's the deep state. They've already set themselves up with their excuse.
Mike, anything you feel that you don't think you can say, just fucking send it to me and I'll say it. I don't give a shit.
Wayne, you're a twat.
Mate, no, but I'm not affiliated with anything, so I can't get you in any bother. Do you know what I mean?
Wayne, the audience know very well that I can't say the things about you I'd like to say, but we all know
You
what I'm
wait until
thinking.
you're not.
We're all thinking the same thing.
I can end your ass cancer with one blast of my super seed.
I swear to God, it's you that gave it me.
You're such a dick. and that's why I love you.
This is a weird moment.
Dick by name, Dick by nature.
Wayne gave me ass cancer by Mike Dix. It's a perfect book.
That's the next cartoon, right? That's the next cartoon.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That will learn you.
So
I can't believe you brought that up against him. Like, of all the things.
It's one of those, what do I expect?
Yeah, but come on.
It's what I does. It's what I does.
He tells jokes about the afflicted. That's what he does.
Literally consumed with ass.
Hey, no, listen. If you can't laugh at it, you can't do anything.
No, this is
hey,
true.
listen. Here's a story from this week. Did anyone see this? I'm going to read this directly from The Guardian. A Jewish man in Miami Beach is facing charges of attempted murder following accusations that he opened fire on two men he believed to be Palestinians, but reportedly turned out to be Israeli visitors. However, the two Israeli visitors to Florida that he shot at from his vehicle with a semi-automatic handgun, he fired 17 shots into the truck. They get to the hospital and they go on social media saying, "We've just been attacked by a fucking Palestinian." So essentially, there are no Palestinians in this story.
They're all crazy.
Three Jewish men in Florida.
There you go.
Fucking Americans are crazy. Oh no, it's not.
We're just
the perfect bunch of stories because it's a Florida man who shoots a bunch of.
We are just rat-a-tatting at people because we can do that. And
he turned up. Here's the thing. He turns up. He gets arrested. He fires 17 shots into their truck. Right. Gets arrested for it. Goes to the police station. Stands there, proud as anything, in front of cameras, and says, "I shot them because they were Palestinian." That was it.
Crazy, isn't it?
Saw these two guys, thought they were Palestinians, and shot them, and was proud of it. And stood there.
It's okay because they're Palestinians. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost as if you can't really tell Israelis and Palestinians apart because
it's almost as if there's no genetic difference between some.
It's almost as they look like humans from the Middle East.
Unbelievable.
Oh,
I know.
Oh, are you alive human beings? Oh, yeah, I'm going to shoot at you.
You might be a Palestinian. Who knows?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! and that guy felt empowered to do that because of Trump's behaviour because
Exactly.
Trump,
Right.
in the same way
A
that
lot of
Brexit
that is gonna
empowered
happen.
every
Oh,
fucking
shit.
racist in the country.
A lot of that is
I've got a
gonna
vaguer
happen.
friend of mine who's half Moroccan, and you wouldn't know, like, unless you know her and you know that the fact that her dad's from Morocco, you generally wouldn't know. You might think, oh, she looks a bit like South European, like Mediterranean.
A little bit brown.
Yeah, and she's never had any shit in her life. She grew up in Liverpool, like never got any shit for not being white. The week of the Brexit referendum, as soon as that went through, she went into her local pub, and there was a guy in the pub who said to her, "Why don't you fuck off where you came from?" The first time in her entire life. By then, it was 40 years.
I remember the day after the Brexit result, I headed off into work. Can't remember if I ever said this. And I remember heading off to where I needed to go. Because like in the town centre where I live, there's a town hall, and then there's a big massive fountain. There's some benches. There were a group of kids. Clearly they were, judging by the colour of the skin, they were not European. Clearly. And these two clowns, one barged past me, walked straight up to him, phone in front of his hand, said, "Right, I'm going to call the police, get you deported. I voted for you to get out of my country.
God.
You don't belong here." Then, well, one of them got up. Clearly, he's had a bit of shite at the day, and half an hour before, probably, he got up and said, "Right, if you want to have a good rumble, I'm your man." Because he squared up against him. His fat brother, the one who was stuck with his phone, he joined in, ready to have a right scrap as well. So in the end, I just intervened, and I just basically said, "Well, do you want me to take this further? Because the police station's just round the corner. We can have a chat with the coppers, about I've just witnessed what you've been doing."
Those are you have no idea how many times I've seen that scenario fucking just happen in front of me, and I'm like,
but that was the first time I ever saw it in my city.
I'm like,
the day after the Brexit vote.
I'm like, "Hello, bruv, you all right? You good?" And as soon as they hear my voice, they're like, "Oh, I don't mean you. No, it's these lot." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm part of these lot, you fucking prick. Let's fucking go." And their assholes seem to lose their fecal matter when that happens.
Do you ever not get into a fight? Do you ever just go out and have a nice time?
No, I just sort of like.
That is a nice time in Essex.
Oh, okay. Fight or
I'm
shag, one of them.
I'm just like, I'm just like, bruv, like, what are you talking about? But the thing is, as soon as you explain it to people, because like they're looking for a fucking tear up, right? And then when you go and say, "All right, bruv, you want to go?" And oh shit, I'm bigger than you. Let's go. They're like, I didn't mean you. I meant these other two pricks. I'm like, yeah, that's my neighbours. Like, what are you doing?
How come you get into so many fights? Like, I don't.
I'm
well travelled. I've not been in any fights.
I do not get into any fights. I do not get into any fights.
You go around going like threatening people and saying, fucking, oh god, fucking, and you.
Yeah. That's
like
great. That's
is that how you declare your love in Essex?
That's why I don't get into any fights. I do not get into fights because I'm just like, look.
Do you get down on one knee and you open the little thing?
No.
I'm gonna fucking end you. Is that the way it works?
Oh, great!
Is that how you chat people up?
You are such a fucking.
I don't know how it works in Essex. I've never been there. It seems like a wonderful place.
No, I make sure that there's no sort of like fighting going on. I'm just like.
Oh, good.
Intervener.
Oh, good.
Wayne, the
so it's the other people in Essex who are fighting, not you. Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah, can you understand that? Like I'm not trying to be sort of like a Mary Poppins of the fucking world.
You look like that.
You do look like Mary Poppins, yeah.
That would be a good remake. by the way.
That would be fucking brilliant. Oh my god, could you imagine? Wayne Lynch as Mary Poppins. This black guy turns up.
Sugar makes the medicine go down.
Oh god, the
fucking spoonful of fucking sugar.
The gammon would lose their shit.
Oh, they would.
Be like,
they turn Mary Poppins into a black guy.
Oh, how dare you make this
They made Mary
fictional
Poppins a
magical
black guy
nanny?
from Essex.
Who played the role of Dick Van Dyke?
This guy from... Wait, you can play Dick Van Dyke as well.
It would be Keira Knightley, wouldn't it?
Yeah, everyone.
Keira Knightley plays Dick Van Dyke.
I am gonna slap the fucking actual cunt out of audio. Absolute fucking villain.
And the podcast is demonetized. Thank you very much, Rain. We got there at the end. 22:57.
Alright, look, right. I do my best to keep my trap shut.
Do you? This is you doing your best. I'd hate to see you doing your worst.
And then you little lichens start fucking getting lively, and I'm like, do you know what? Nah, fuck ya.
Anyway,
why we love you, Wayne.
We were talking about politics.
We were not talking about.
So, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is he a
way
good
to
guy
bring
or
us
a
back
bad
down
guy?
to earth, Mike.
I'm gonna shut. I'm gonna shut up now.
Oh, do you know what Ian McKenna's just said in the chat? Farage would have a heart attack. We've got to do this. We've got.
We should launch it.
Yes.
We should launch it.
Seriously,
I was gonna say-
I am being absolutely serious. If I sell my island or get someone to invest in the island and give me some money, what I want to do with that money is pay off my debts. And then if I've got a little bit left over, I want to make an all trans episode of Father Ted. The Nazi episode, the racist episode where he has the little swastika, the little Hitler tash in front of him on the window, and he's waving to the Chinese people, and it looks like he's doing a Hitler salute. I want to make it all trans, and Father Graham is the priest who not me, but Graham Linehan, and he's the priest with the secret downstairs dungeon, which is full of trans porn.
Right, great. We need
Nazi
to
regalia.
We need to do a diversion of funds from Father Ted, Mrs. Brown's Boys, and
I'm not touching that. Oh, mate. At least
and
Father
that
Ted was funny. Like, and the guy who
that-
created it's a bit
and
of a
that,
twat.
and that horrible bird from the BBC.
Mrs. Brown's Boys isn't funny, and the person who created it was a twat. So there's nothing out for it, is there?
Yeah, just all of that. Just jog it on.
Didn't the guy who plays Mrs. Brown, didn't he get done for like saying some really, really inappropriate comments?
I think he was a bit noncy.
No, he said something really out of order,
Nazi.
and he was like, "Oh no, sorry, didn't mean it."
But I mean, you used the N word in that sentence 3 times. I'm so
I love
sorry.
Ernie
DEI
Burns.
course.
Ernie Burns is saying, "I hear you're a turf now, Father."
But
So we're racist now, Father.
but one show that we need to absolutely promote on our bit is Garth Marenghi's Dark Place.
Oh, yeah, fantastic! Yes.
It's just the best.
Oh, do you know what else I finished this week? Honestly, this week I finished so many TV shows. I finished What We Do in the Shadows and the 6th season.
Oh,
So-
is that done now?
yeah.
Honestly, best thing on television, and I might just start watching it again from the start.
It
because
is
it's on
funny.
BBC
Yeah,
iPlayer,
let's
the first 4 seasons.
plug the
It's
fuck out
so
of that.
dense. There's so many jokes. It's like Airplane, you know, where there's like there's 20 jokes per minute. And
Yeah.
you have to go
Yeah.
back and watch it again to get all the jokes. Christ, it's
I
funny.
can see that.
Have you seen the film? Have you seen the film, Mike? It's
No, not at all. So I must.
So
Should you see the film
documentary.
before the series?
It's a mockumentary. No, you don't need to. It's a mockumentary following the lives of these 4 vampires who live in Brooklyn, in America.
Oh, Brooklyn, is it?
And they're all completely useless, stupid, and bisexual, and it's just fucking hilarious.
They are funny. They are absolutely hysterical.
It does not take itself, and it's got Matt Berry in it, who was in Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, and he was also in the
Oh,
Crowd.
Matt Berry is a fucking legend.
Is he the big guy?
Legend.
Sorry? Is he the chubby guy?
He's Sanchez.
He's Toast of London. Do you ever watch Toast of London?
No, I never watched it.
Can you hear me, Clem Fandango? Can you hear me, Clem Fandango?
No.
Toast of London.
Yeah, that guy.
Watching.
Yeah, that guy. He's funny.
It's also
that whole episode was absolutely amazing. Sorry.
He's been in the States. He's been in the States for years. Is that what he's been making then?
Dean Lerner is the fucking standout from that show. Like we're sitting there with Dean Lerner. We're sitting there with his cigar, flat cap, just talking about oh yeah, we replaced that techie, yeah. Same hammer, same belt.
Are you talking about Toast of London? The guy who plays the main vampire in it is what's his name? Kayvan Novak, who was Phone Jacker. Do you remember Phone Jacker? It was like a prank phone show on Channel 4. And he had the balaclava, the knitted balaclava.
He used to do the phone calls.
Yeah. It's him. He's a British Iranian.
Dane Lerner was Loz in IT Crowd.
Yes, yeah.
I'm gonna have to. You know what? I'm gonna have to watch that again. I'm gonna have to go back and watch.
Honestly, get that because times are a bit shit at the moment. To like cheer
that...
yourself up. Yeah. And apparently, there's another. I only learnt this today. There's another spin-off from What We Do in the Shadows, the movie called Wellington Supernatural. And it follows a couple of the police officers. It's like a cross between the X-Files and some police procedural, and it's meant to be really funny.
There is a 30-minute backstory for Garth Marenghi on YouTube. It is fucking hilarious. I was literally howling. It's just. I can't deal with it.
I've got a super chat from One Angry Pagan, but I don't feel like I should read it out because I think I'm going to start a fight between One Angry Pagan and Wayne. I think they're far enough apart down south, but he says Wayne is like a Kangal dog, bark enough not to fight, not to need to fight, but still got the bite to back it up if needed. Most don't start on me because I'm half staff. Can someone translate that for me from Cornish?
No.
So I think what he's saying
is
is that a Kangal dog has got a big enough bark not to need to fight. But
by staff, does he mean like the staff of the school in the staff room?
He's saying he's got a staffy.
He said I'm half staff.
He says, I have me. I'm translating for you here.
He's a trainee teacher.
I have me staff.
Yeah.
So either he's got a
always a stick.
Right. I'm gonna say to one.
Hang on. So he has his staff from the teachers from the school to back him up.
Great. Give it a minute, right?
Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna say to One Angry Pagan that, bruv, I'll just give you a cuddle.
I think One Angry Pagan was being quite flattering there, saying you've got barked not to need to fight, but you've got you've got the bite to back it up if you have to.
You could hold your own weight.
Bruv, I can tear it up if you want me to, but
you're not like a little, labradoodle that barks at everything.
Wayne is literally 6'4".
Yeah, he's a 6'4" labradoodle.
He's saying Wayne.
I'd much rather have a lay down and a cuddle with you rather than have a tear up.
He's saying you could hold your own, but you probably shouldn't on the stage of a nightclub.
Yeah, but
you might get arrested. I know I did.
But trust me, if you want to go, I'll fucking go.
That's it. That's what he's saying. Kangal dog.
Oh, brilliant. Let's go. Right. Anyway, moving on. One Angry Saban says he's got a big 50-foot long stiffy. No, hang on, a big 5-foot long staff, Graham.
Which version of English are you reading tonight, Graham?
I don't know. I've lost the ability.
He's reading what's in my head rather than what's on the piece of paper.
I've been drinking. No, he's got a staff. He's a wizard, and you can't be a wizard without a staff.
You're
So
right.
you can stand
have to
there
have
and
a
like
stop.
put it down in the middle of the road, and the cars stop, and he says, "You will not pass."
Yeah, I was about to say, you will
shall
not pass.
not pass.
And then the children can walk across the road, and then he lifts up his staff, and then he walks.
Yeah, that's a really camp fucking lollipop, man.
Anyway, moving on. So have we got anything else to talk about? Because news stories of the week that we haven't picked up on. Got a bit mad because we mentioned Javier Milei and Elon Musk having a love-in with chainsaws. Did anything madder than that happen? Darren?
How about
Liz Truss?
Right.
Liz Truss at CPAC.
Hang on, Scott. Darren was talking. Go on, Darren.
I'm so sorry.
No, it don't matter. I'm just going to basically mention about Reform losing their marbles over what Zara Sultana said. That were funny.
What happened? I don't even know about this.
Well, she basically put out a tweet, basically saying that, because I think
it was
they're doing
it was
some
a poster. Yeah, it was a poster with a cartoon of Nigel Farage and a stop.
Yeah.
And they claimed that was a death threat to Nigel Farage.
Yeah, because I think they're doing some sort of conference in Birmingham, and she basically says, "No, we're not having any of that." It says, "My family, mum and dad, I deal with the nonsense that we have to deal with the BNP and National Front," and she basically said, cut it down, said that Reform are no different to BNP and National Front, and she's not wrong, is she?
She's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. We've got a little super chat coming from Questionable Absanity, £5 super chat. TV, enjoyed Fallout. I fucking loved Fallout. I thought it was great.
Great
finishing Parks and Recreations. Recreation? God, I sound like an old person. Going, Park and Recreation. Park and Recs. And started Raised by Wolves. Last of Us was good. It was. I also enjoyed Alita Battle Angel, which I didn't enjoy. But anyway, thank you very much for the super chat. And apparently, staff. I thought it meant like staff of the teaching people in the school. But apparently, it means a Staffordshire bull, Taria. So it's just a massive bull from Staffordshire.
Yeah,
so I think that's what he's got. He's got a bull. He just walks around with it. I wouldn't fuck with that. Do you know what I mean? Well, unless I had a small piece of red cloth, and then I'll be like, yeah, I could give this a go.
Fuck off.
Well,
no,
so that's a Staffordshire bull.
That's a myth.
Taria?
That's a myth. It's a myth.
What's the myth? Where's the myth? Show me the myth. Is the myth
the
in the room with us now, Wayne?
The red flag is a myth.
Is it?
Yes.
But I've seen them do it. They do it.
Oh, God.
The cape. They hold the cape and the bull runs towards them and they jump out the way at the last minute.
Oh, God, this is hard.
It's quite effeminate, actually. And brutal. It's like brutally effeminate.
It's kind of like this sort of like charming myth that, you hold the red flag up and the bull like steams towards it because it always blood and all that sort of shit. No, nothing to do with that.
I thought that'd be
Anne Phillips is saying the red cape is a myth. It's got to be yellow.
You know what else is a myth? That red microphone. The red microphone is a myth.
Yeah, the red microphone.
Nothing.
I love the fact. Right, Wayne, the reason why it's funny is for us. I don't know if you can see yourself on the screen, but for us, it's like out of focus. It's been blurred.
You're perfectly in focus, but Zoom is blurring it.
It's blurring it because it's like this is too rude to be on the internet, which is hilarious. Anything's too rude to be put on the internet.
I'm trying to be polite.
Bulls are colourblind, apparently.
You're absolute fucking knob.
Useless. 4 billion years of evolution. They can't even fucking see colour.
Welcome to
the
science show.
No, but that is the myth of the red blanket when it comes to bullfighting.
Power to the people in the chat says, I thought Fallout was probably the best thing released last year, but I've been playing the games for years, so I might be a bit biased. No, Power to the people, you should be biased against it. You should have been demanding the highest possible level of awesomeness for it, and you did, and it delivered. Like, for the people who are fans of the video game to enjoy it, I think that's a great accolade, considering how many absolutely appalling video games conversions into movies that have been in over the years.
It was a really good
TV shows.
adaptation because you didn't need to know anything about the
No.
video game
No.
in order to watch it.
And it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
It was silly and gory and somehow like, you know, touching as well. And it also, you know, I thought it was great. I thought it was great.
Did it get another series?
Here now.
Yes, there is gonna be definitely another series.
Right. Can I
It's rather
ask
well.
any of the other hopscotch of people that we have in front of us to confirm what I've just said is to be true?
That is true, Wayne.
What did you say?
Ah,
Hey, Mikey's here. Thank God for that.
Oi,
Hey!
you orange fucking flung cunt.
What the bloody Wayne, stop swearing. Mikey, can you rein Wayne in, please?
My job here is done. I'm just here to demonetize and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
No. We are over an hour, so I can say that word. so.
Mikey, I have a question for you.
Shoot
How do we know each other?
through Wayne.
Through Wayne. Wayne, how do we know each other?
Through what? Weirdly, James O'Brien.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I started doing my Hughes the World shows, which I used to do once a week back during COVID
Yeah.
lockdown. Started doing them again this week, and I had to upload like 5 episodes because they went on my channel. So I had
We
to
all got the
re-upload them.
notifications, Graham.
And
We all saw them.
all right, okay, yeah. Preamble. But
hit
when
the
I was
brake.
watching
Good,
them
good,
back,
good.
Mikey's like so bored.
when I was watching these
He just
videos
got
back
it.
from 3 years ago, Brenner was in the chat leaving messages.
Yes.
So my question to you is it actually Brenner who introduced us?
Oh
No.
no.
Wayne.
No.
You came on the show as a guest.
But was that 3
Yes.
years ago? That couldn't have been that long ago, was it?
Yeah.
No, it was more than 3 years ago.
Fuck.
It's more than 3 years, yeah.
I've lost.
I
I've
can
lost
tell
track
you
of
the
time.
exact
This happens
day.
when you get old.
Hold on a second. I'll tell you exactly. first
we,
day I
we,
met your-
Mikey's
we-
got the
we-
receipts.
We can send you the receipts.
That's very interesting. Well, there you go.
I can tell you the
I've
exact
been on the show
day
for
I first met
ages. Invite me on the show. You bastards. You bastards.
We just started the show like a week ago, or 2 weeks
to be
ago.
fair, we ain't like Mikey and I have not done a live show for a bit. Even like Zartan has not been on the show for shit. Nearly a year.
Is he all right? Is he all right? What's he doing?
No, he's cushy. He's just
Yeah.
he's just working double hard.
Okay.
But it's just again time zones. It's just like because I saw Mikey was live last
He's an hour
night.
past you guys.
Mm.
Yeah.
We got some chatting. The Long Angry Pagans looking forward to the new Daredevil film. BUFU Mike says Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas was a great adaptation of the book. It was actually. Terry Gilliam from Monty Python made that. And Lee says good to see Mikey. And Scott says hi, hey Mikey. Was that you, Scott? Did you type in the chat? Hey Mikey. Because you just say it out your face if you want it. You don't have to type it.
Look at you, Pervin, Scott.
And yeah, so anyway, is Mikey still looking that up? Mikey, we have
It
questions.
was
still looking
4
it up,
years
yeah.
ago.
4 years ago. So it was like
Four
Back in
years,
2021.
4 years.
It
Jesus.
was.
It
When did this air?
would have been OG bin back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
back in the days
Where's
of COVID.
the date?
Mm-hmm.
Today is
Just
the 21st of February.
No, it doesn't say it on the. Oh, November
It does.
5th, 2020.
What?
There you go.
Hang on, that would have been the election, wouldn't it?
Yep.
Bruv, no.
Literally.
I literally ripped you in for one of our
Election
first shows because I was like, I need to have a political.
2020.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah.
only started doing you guys must have inspired me to start making the live streams then, because I started doing them.
You were already
I
going.
did. No, I started in doing them in earnest because
You
I
don't remember any. You have missed every single detail of this in your memory.
Yes.
And you are mistrusting me, who's looking at the
I'm
date
not mistrusting
on
you.
the screen.
No, I'm not mistrusting you. What are you talking about?
Like you have been swinging and swinging and just missing the ball.
No, okay.
Let
Well,
us help
I
Let us
have,
help you.
I have no memory. I just,
I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm saying
here, do
you
you
guys
remember
helped
what
me
the- do you
because
remember-
I must have come on your show and been inspired to do my own
Yes.
shows.
Bruv, we've been doing this for bits. We have been doing this a
Whoa.
long time.
That's crazy.
Long time.
That is mad. That is mad. Anyway, it all works. It all works out in the wash, I'm sure. Anyway, so
But the thing is,
What?
everyone helps everyone, so
They do.
it's all good.
It's
It's
all
all
good.
good.
And the check for George Soros is still in the post, unfortunately. One of these days. Anyway, Mikey, do you have a news story of this week that you'd like to talk about? So tell us what collective madness has been going on.
Go
Go
around the circle one more. Go around the circle one more time. I got a phone call.
Oh, okay. Has anyone else got a story? Anyone else? Mike? You
How
got a
about-
story?
Can I just reference that Scott in the chat says, no, I'm the ugly Scott. Sweet Scott is on the screen.
Oh, don't say that about yourself, Scott.
Right.
Scott here below me. He is rather sweet.
Let's be
very
real.
nice. That's very nice to
Scott is sweet. I've for people that don't know in the chat, I have met that man and he is a handsome motherfucker.
He has a teddy bear. Wayne has a teddy bear with Scott's face that he goes to bed with. And it's one of those, you know when you get the little things, the warmies that you put in the microwave for like 90 seconds and they keep you warm all night. He's got one of them.
Right, I'm telling you now. Anyone in chat that thinks that they cannot hug Scott without getting an actual semi, you're wrong.
Scott just goes around. He just goes around curing heterosexual people.
Sounds like a summer challenge for Scott.
There you go, Scott. Challenge accepted.
I get to hug loads of straight guys. I can't wait.
Anyway, Mike, you were going to say what's your story that you wanted to talk about?
No, I did mine. I brought today was the Jewish guy shoots at two other Jewish guys thinking they're Palestinians.
How about this one? Because like sometimes I were looking on Twitter, and we all know Dom Jolie, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when he used to do Trigger Happy?
Yeah, I love Trigger Happy.
Big phone and all that.
He is a PSM hire. Hello, I want the phone. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
That's the thing. You know, I always remember when it was. He's there wandering around. And hello, I'm in the library.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, apparently they were doing some sort of what's the thing? Because they wanted to borrow that phone. I think it's in Amsterdam.
Yeah, it's an exhibition about the history of mobile phones.
Well, they got a email where basically said, somebody walked in and just pinched it. He's had it for 25 years. They walked in
massive
and they just pinched
the massive phone.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it was a scouser.
And they walked out and pinched it, and they just went, instead of saying we're sorry, sorry, it was like he were gutted.
Oh, did he get it back? Like, do you remember when Badly?
No, it's gone.
Badly Drawn Boy got his hat nicked and he got it back. And Paul McCartney got his guitar nicked and he got that back. And the World Cup got nicked and it was found by a dog called Pickles. Anyway, Wayne, someone in the chat is accusing you of being a Tory. Can I just explain that Wayne is not a Tory? He just accidentally voted for the Tories once because his mate is a councillor. It was a local election. It doesn't really count. You know, it's like...
It really does count.
If you have sex but you keep one foot on the floor, it doesn't really count.
When you get to the pearly gates,
Mike, wind your fucking neck in. This is fight music.
All right, Tory boy.
Just rolls off the tongue.
You want to fucking step up, bruv? Let's go.
You want to fight a man with cancer?
Wayne, will you accompany me?
Two cancers. Two.
Yeah, you want to fight a man with
two double cancers.
Wayne and Scott, would you like to accompany me next month down to Brighton? And we're going to visit Mike, and we're going to do this in live.
Yeah, and I'm going to fucking
Wayne,
slap him
please
up.
don't slap me
Don't
up.
burn Wayne.
Go on, slap him around. Slap the guy with cancer around. Go on, that'll make great television.
No. I do not give a fuck about your arse cancer.
And
That's
then
not actually how you get rid of
hurt ya.
cancer, Wayne. You
I'm
don't just
gonna
beat the
fucking
person
hurt ya.
until the cancer dies.
what
I'll slap the fucking cancer out you until that fucking seagull
Sam,
the fucking bites out
this
your
is-
ass.
I'm getting deja vu from talking to my consultant last week. That's exactly what he said.
If I could take a little bit of the show and put it a little bit on a rail. Hold on. Wayne.
So are you on the phone call, Mikey? I'm sorry.
I do not give
Wayne,
a
quit
fuck.
screaming. I have something to say. Shut up. Guess what the name of the episode was that Graham first came? This is before COVID and my brain turned into butter. But
4
this
years
is a
ago,
really
yeah?
clever title.
Wayne is a gay.
It's episode 40, and it was across the world in 40 Waynes.
Very good.
We don't need two Waynes, let alone
I'm telling you
40.
now. I'm gonna fuck the fucking cancer out of you.
And you're still
Right.
doing
I
it.
don't-
I'm trying to steer you
wait,
towards
wait,
less
no,
bullshit fucking.
Listen,
oh my God, dude, relax.
listen. I'm gonna fuck the cancer out of Mike. I'm gonna fuck the fucking straight into Scott, and we're all gonna have a nice time.
You're going to fuck the straight out of into Scott.
Into
Mike-
me. He's going
Yeah,
to eject his straight semen into me. That's what he just said.
My faith in your ability to cure my
You're
cancer
welcome.
is just diminished.
I can't believe it.
Yes,
I'm going to
Wait,
cure your
disgusting.
homosexuality.
this could be the new. This could be the new script for the life of Wayne. You know, like in Life of Brian.
Imagine
is the
you're at a house
Messiah.
party and you come into you go into the bedroom and there's Wayne balls deep into Scott and I'm trying to cure him of being gay.
Yeah.
Scott's
Kicking him in the ass.
this will work.
I'm doing everything in one fucking hit.
Jesus Christ. Okay, maybe Wayne's not invited down to
I've
Brighton.
tried so hard. I've tried so hard not to be smutty, but you know.
Mike, how do they treat
It's us
people?
that-
How do they treat
It's us
people
that
who are
drag it down,
violent?
Scott. I'm sorry.
Scott, I fucking love you, bro.
How do they
I love
treat
you too,
people,
buddy. I love you too.
Mike, down in Brighton who are of Wayne's persuasion? Are they
Wayne,
tolerant,
it
yeah?
depends which of Wayne's characteristics you're talking about. But if you've seen Night Coppers on Channel 4, they're very pleasant to them as they lock them up overnight.
Was that racial?
It's drunks, largely drunks.
right, drunks.
Is what I'm saying.
All right.
Anyway, can we come back to Mikey? Because I want to hear some madness that we might not have heard out of the US. So we've had chainsaw nonsense with Elon Musk and Javier Milei. We've had a guy down in Florida who shot a couple of people for being Palestinians. Turns out they weren't Palestinians, they were Israelis, and they reported him for being a Palestinian when he wasn't. And then
They all attacked each other and said, "Palestinians, stop!" And then they were all...
So what else has been going on? Have we missed anything?
So I told you guys that the rubber would eventually start to hit the road. And some of these Republicans started having town halls because their people. Some of these Republicans started having town halls to explain what's going on and try to calm everybody down. And then it's in Florida and Georgia, it's largely people in their 50s and 60s, and they're like, yeah, I heard what you said, but what did you say about Social Security? No. What did you say about Medicare? It's what do you mean we're out of money? Take Elon's money. Why doesn't he go back there? I'm like, the pitchforks are being sharpened as we speak. They tried to sell that shit to the hometown crowd, and they ain't going for it. They are getting shouted out of meetings, and I'm like, yes, let me inform them of the rest of the shit that they're doing with your money. It's coming.
Yeah, I
stop
saw
fighting
one
them,
video of a woman standing up. I don't know where he is. I think it was Missouri or something like that. And I can't remember what it was. He had the congressperson had voted against something, but then tried to say that he didn't. He blatantly did, and the woman stood up and went, "You're lying. You're straight up lying." You know what I mean? And then he tried to backtrack and explain and over-explain everything. It's a good video. I can't remember the ins and outs. I'm sorry. That might have sounded a little convoluted.
So I've seen a few of them as well, Mikey, and it is looking like the beginning of that sort of twinset and pearl revolution. The older people that are sitting there going, hang on, we didn't mean my state and we didn't mean me.
Yeah.
And it's ridiculous.
Guys,
the number of
breaking news, guys. I've got some
God.
breaking news. The Bylines Times website is down after a massive DDoS attack, and the reason it's down is they've just published this article, which it's been put up on another website called the Byline Supplement. Donald Trump was recruited by the KGB under codename Krasnov in 1987. I can't get through to Bylines. I'm just getting a circle going around me. Maybe you can get through to it. But this is pretty much this is beyond fucked. This is crazy. This is crazy times.
How did no one figure that out before?
Gray, where have you sent that?
I put it into the. I can't put it into the chat in here. I'll put it into the.
Oh no, I can. I can see.
If I put it in the chat in here, it messes up the screen for.
Yeah, I know. No, it's cool. It's cool.
What are we called again on the WhatsApp thing? We're called Politics Social. Oh yeah. Hang on.
Yeah.
Can't find it.
Yeah, you know that thing you set up.
Oh, it's the top one. Sorry, I just whizzed past it. There you go. Bylinesupplement.com.
You're such an ass.
Yes. Well,
it's live. The site's live now.
Oh, is it live?
The story's there. A former Soviet KGB spy chief has claimed that Donald Trump was recruited as a spy by Russian intelligence as early as 38 years ago by his department and given the codename Krasnov. Russia's Committee for State Security, abbreviated as the KGB, was the main security agency in the Soviet Union that recruited him.
Not exactly surprising. Oh, I've got it now. I've got it back now.
Surely, if this has any truth to it, he would be considered a traitor, right?
It's Byline Times, though. I love those guys, really do, but it isn't going to get the traction.
No.
Oh, he is a traitor. Of course, he's a traitor. He hates America. He hates Britain. He hates Europe. He hates everyone. But
he's being really clear this time.
Well. Yeah,
he has been very clear. He hates everyone and everything, and he'll let you know. And if you go back to him, he'll threaten you.
Yeah.
I really do think we've got to stand up to him. I think just pay the consequences. It doesn't matter. We don't have a trade deal with America. We can all go without McDonald's for a while.
Yeah.
I know there's big ramifications.
I'm sorry. Are you mad, fam? What?
There's Canadian alternatives, and I think Wimpy is still available in many towns.
You know what? There is one in one of the towns I go to.
There's a Wimpy in Worthing that I've actually been to visit just to get one of those.
I went there recently, and I'll tell you what, their sweet potato fries are everything. I really enjoyed them.
Yeah. Curly sausages.
I'm gonna have to
beef burgers served on a plate. Unbelievable.
You can always try Holland and Barrett.
No. China plate with a fucking burger.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Proper British food.
It makes a change from a chopping board or a
bucket.
A paper towel. Or
a tin bit bucket of foil. Burgers.
I've got a couple of super chats. Just hang on a sec. We got one angry pagan saying, "Frig, bless all you wonderful, indomitable badgers." Thank you very much for that blessing from Frig, for which we get the name Friday. I think that's where Friday comes from. And Tim Ballum says, "I super chatted that name earlier." You did, Tim, and I didn't get the connection because I had to read the article. You wrote Krasnov. What is Fartag's name? And if you hadn't read the article, that was I didn't know how I was supposed to understand that, but I now I get it. Now I get it. We have come full circle.
Mike, we're gonna have to have a sit down, and I'm gonna fucking have to buttonhole you.
We'll have a Wimpy together and a coat. No.
What happens in a buttonholing? What happens in a buttonholing?
People talking.
I'm
my first ever date.
Oh,
was with
brilliant!
A girl called Donna South in the Wimpy of Bishop Stortford. And we shared a cola float. How cool is that?
Oh, do you know what else is really good at Wimpy? The milkshakes. They're like the old McDonald's milkshakes.
They bring all the boys to the yard.
They do.
They bring me to the Wimpy.
Oh, yeah, you're such a cunt.
Wayne, will you stop dropping the C-bomb on my channel? This is my only means of revenue at the moment. This is how I make my money. I don't come in when you're working and call your gaffer a C unit.
He doesn't come to your house and slap the dick out of your hand, Wayne.
Yeah. That's the point.
Bruv,
when you're buttonholing people.
I need some internet as well, so send me some money this way.
Send you
he
some
literally
money.
just said this is all the money he makes, and you're asking him for money when you have a job.
It's just
I don't know money.
Disgraceful. Anyway, Mikey's back. Money. Mikey, where were we?
I don't know.
We were talking about America.
I was talking about Wimpy. I was talking
I don't give a fuck about Wimpy. We're supposed to be talking about politics. We come here to talk about politics. All the people watching.
Well, we were talking about your ban of American brands.
Where the
Wimpy came from.
I'll be quiet from now on.
Can we ban American
brands? You said
brands?
that 5 minutes ago and haven't shut the hell up.
Mikey, would you like us to ban American brands? Well, not ban them, but would you like us to boycott American brands? Would that be helpful for you?
Bans?
No, ban American brands like Coca-Cola and McDonald's and Starbucks and shit.
You can do that to all of them except for the Ben podcast. You guys should go to Patreon right now and support us because we're the only freaking news source that's actually telling the truth out there. You go to CNN, MSNBC, and everybody else, and they're just filling your ass with fucking bullshit and lies.
Yeah.
Help us out.
Yeah.
We got bills too, and this fucking economy is literally crashing, and we were already not doing great in the first place.
You were doing great because you were the richest country in the world.
You can keep telling me that I'm wrong about what I know, but I'm just gonna disagree with you.
Well, I'd like to know which country was doing greater than you.
The average everyday person is not indicative of what the economy says.
Well, true.
It goes back to the robber barons of 1870.
It does.
There's a lot of billionaires in America.
Inequality.
It's a very rich country. But...
So how did all those billionaires sit on fucking what's his face's stage, and then the regular people are supposed to be doing well? This has been the largest transfer of wealth in 4 years or 8 years that there has ever been in history. You're telling me you guys are doing all right? No, the billionaires are doing all right. Everyone else is doing shit.
But then the people who aren't billionaires are still voting for the billionaires.
I don't care who they vote for at this point because it's already the pie is spoiled at this point, and now everyone is scrambling. So patreon.com/the Ben Podcast. Thank you.
Send money.
Fair enough.
But I mean, if this is America, the richest country in the world. That's the state of it right now.
The richest people in the world.
It's kind of depressing, isn't it? You know, you guys aren't happy. How can we ever hope to attain happiness ever?
Money and happiness aren't exactly the same thing.
Sure.
No.
Well, clearly.
Just sharing the fucking wealth.
So how about you squeeze the rich until all the money pops out of them, like in a video game, and then you send that money to me?
Well, we tried to do that.
No, we ain't doing that.
Has it been 5 minutes? Has it been 5 minutes? Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Exactly. I said shit.
He's right, though. Mikey's right.
Mikey's always right.
I tried not to say anything unless I know it's right.
Exactly.
Isn't it sad? Isn't it sad that, like...
We have to put Wayman in timeout?
No, I just think it's sad that, like...
But the richest country
our,
in the world
our
has
whole
experience,
human beings right now at this time in the history of the world, and we're told that if we've got enough money, then we'll be happy. But the people with the money are the most miserable bastards you'll ever meet. They're not happy. Elon Musk clearly isn't happy. You know, if he wasn't off his tits on ketamine, he'd be crying himself to sleep every night.
Our
J.K.
cost of
Rowling
living
isn't happy.
is so high. Like, our cost of living is so high. Like, I don't think people really get, like, even if you make 50 grand, which would be I don't know how much in pounds, it's like nothing. Like, it barely covers everything. The same companies and landlords and everybody else that have been price gouging are still price gouging, and now the price gouging police have been fired. So
it's going to go crazy.
You know what I mean? It's like we haven't been getting our fair piece of this American pie the entire time, which is why my politics have reflected that this entire time. And
excuse me.
And now the robber barons are in there. Just like I said on fucking November 5th, this is a stick up. This is a looting. They are pillaging the country. That's why they're getting rid of all this shit to put in tax breaks for everyone making what was it, $363,000 or more. Those people will get tax breaks. Everybody else will get a tax hike. Everyone else, and the tariffs on top of the tax hike.
Yeah,
which is a tax on working
which is
people.
a tax
anyway,
on the
really.
tax on the tax. Yeah.
George
but
just
at least you're
dropped
going to Mars.
Yeah, George just stopped.
But hey, fuck the trans people, right?
Everybody's gonna be. And then the Democrats blamed wokeness. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is why I get so pissy. Is because, like, dude, you guys don't even know what the actual stakes are, because Nancy Pelosi makes $135,000 a year, yet she's worth $30 million from insider fucking trading.
You seem to be more upset about Nancy Pelosi than you are about Donald Trump, though, to be fair.
Because he's an actual villain, and she was supposed to save us.
Yeah.
J.K. Rowling was all right once. And then she turned into a horror show. She hates herself. She obviously looks in the mirror and absolutely hates what she sees, and then she manifests that hatred towards trans people.
Did you see the tweet she did this week where she shared a picture of a poster that was in somebody's garden that just said, "I don't hate anybody, I don't know you, but if I did know you, I would just give you a cuddle and love you." And she posted that saying, if I lived anywhere near this person's house, I would avoid it like the plague and never talk to it.
Fucking hell.
She's
sorry, have I just chased Mikey off? Did Mikey just go off?
I think Mikey's I think he might be quite upset.
Oh shit.
Not with us.
I better go and with me. Oh shit. Okay.
Why?
I better go and apologize. Because I said that you seem more upset about
Nancy Pelosi.
Nancy Pelosi than he does about Donald Trump.
No, I don't think so. I think he's stressing.
Okay. All right. I'll text him. I'll text him on the side. But we've got a couple of super chats that we're trying to mention. I already did the animation for George, but I'll do it again. George, thank you very much for the super chat. Europe and UK need to tell Trump to flip the bird at him. And then Ernie Burns, £2 super chat. The compromat on Trump explains it. Also, ego mush. I don't really go for that, Ernie. I just don't think that he cares. Like, what are they gonna have? They've got a picture of his dick or like picture.
I don't think it's about the.
They just say it's fake.
I don't think it's about the embarrassment. I think it's about the debt. I think him and Musk are both in debt to Russian money.
Yeah.
You know, all of it boils down to, do I pay that off or do they send somebody around to kill one of my kids, basically? So.
Fuck.
I didn't realize Elon had so many of them.
He's got 19 kids, I think.
He's
There was another one announced on social media this week.
Yeah.
Absolutely loads of them. I had no idea he was getting down like that.
Apparently he goes to dinner parties and offers vials of his sperm to people.
Oh, is that what that's about?
Then? Oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Disgusting. Okay.
Oh, you're trying to have a baby, are you? Well, here you go.
Why not have a little racist weirdo? A sketchy little racist weirdo baby?
Well, in theory, he can take care of all of them, but apparently he doesn't. He doesn't call them or talk to them or anything.
And that latest little kid, you just know that kid, whatever his name is, XP, whatever the password is that he gave him as a name, the one that he took into the Oval Office. That kid's going to hate his dad. He's going to hate his dad.
Oh, he's going to look back at all that in 20 years' time and just think,
because the next kid will come along and Elon will use that as a human shield. Because I think it's largely to stop him getting shot, basically.
It is. It is.
Disgusting, man.
I got to go, guys. I've got to get up in the morning.
Yeah, I've got to go as well. And I think Wayne's fallen asleep.
No, I haven't.
Wayne, are you upset with us too?
A little bit.
Really? Wayne, are you okay?
No,
What's up,
I'm a little bit pissed. I'm a little bit pissed, but it's fine.
Why? Was it me?
You mean pissed as in drunk or pissed with us?
British pissed.
No, just I'm not happy. But it's not anything that can't be painted over.
All right. Well, listen, mate. We'll go off YouTube, right? Let's have a chat. Yeah. We'll just have a chat. We'll stay up for a bit and have a chat. All right. If you're still awake. Wayne?
Yeah, I'm just really like I'm really bothered about conversations. So no, it's fine, mate. Let's just crack on. Everyone, just
all right.
crack
Well,
on.
we're
We should get
going
off
to
the
wrap up
YouTube
now
thing, yeah.
because Scott needs to go to bed. To
Yeah.
sleep, right? To sleep.
Yeah, of course.
No, I'm properly done. I'm
All right.
really.
Sort you out, mate.
All right, we'll have a chat. We'll have a chat. Okay, so we're gonna go. Well, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone out there who's joined us on the Friday Night Social. Thanks for all the wonderful messages. Thanks for the super chats as well, and a big thank you to my co-hosts Mike Dixon, Scott Williams, and Wayne Lynch, and Daily Blase Darren down there, and also to Mikey Famine, who was here but he's gone. I hope I haven't pissed him off too much. Anyway, God, it is like a night out at the pub, this, isn't it? Isn't it?
Yeah,
It is. It really is.
It's a hard try. It's a hard try.
Anyway, so thanks for joining us. I'll be back over the weekend. Look out for the new stuff coming on our channel all the time. And until next time, I'll say thanks very much for watching. Hello, good evening, welcome, and goodbye. Bye.
Bye-bye.